It started as a whisper, screamed it at the top of your lungs. We gained momentum.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You made us unstoppable.
for a brand.
We had a vision for change.
Turn it off. Now!
You made it a revolution. We told you, we are the future.
Anyone out here watching this new show?
The future is now.
Ready?
Disruptors, breaking it and making it.
How we looking? Solid, yeah, real solid.
Dollar bill, y'all.
They love it when I turn up the bass.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
And that was without even a single drop of rum.
Look at this. Fuck it. I like the energy. Whoa. I'm streaming over here. Damn, what the fuck is that? I'm streaming over here.
It's pretty good, Dad.
Right?
All right.
Fuck your life.
I don't feel so good.
We're supposed to have 4 Fresh Prince, but I don't know what's going on this night.
I don't. They got my homie, man.
Yeah.
Tom G. I don't give a shit. She's an American. If we can get her back, great. But like, bro, that shit is not even a comparable trait.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that? What is that private pile?
Can you say Billy
That was perfect.
Hey, keep up with me. I'm like that little the tree stump from the Apollo. Good luck. He wouldn't know what that is.
Showtime of the Apollo, I know that.
They love it when I turn up the bass.
Growing and more seductive than sex. I can see that.
I'm not fucking riding fucking The Rock dick either.
Whoa.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
No, let's go.
I'm going to bed. Good night, guys.
Yo.
Well, hello there.
Hello. Well, thank you, Red, for really showing up, bro. I was like, we about to start this shit by myself. Oh, fuck.
Nah, I'm always there.
Nah, we good. We here, man. Welcome, man. Welcome to Untitled Live.
My house t-shirt, you know what I mean? I'm dressed for comfort today. It's hot in this bitch. I'm just for comfort.
Yo, it's all about comfort, bro. It's all about comfort. Fuck that shit. Welcome to Untitled Live, y'all. This is 128, episode 128. If this is your first time coming across this channel, hit that like and subscribe. Smash that notification bell. We go live every Friday, 10 o'clock. We talk about all types of shit. We go left, we go right. Yeah, man. Thank you for hanging out with us today. For the 3 viewers, thank you. Appreciate y'all. Oh shit, Fresh Prince is back here too. Oh, there we go. Soul Brick he's taking PTO today. He's at a concert. He hit me up like a couple hours ago. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to make it. Like, all right, cool. So good.
That man has been more vacation time than anybody I know, bro.
Yo, tell me about it, bro. Tell me about it, man. Yeah, man. To start off on a somber note, today we lost Lance Reddick. Yeah,
man, that shit shocked me, bro. I was literally eating breakfast with my mother. I'm looking at the shit, and then I'm looking at the timeline. I shouldn't say the shit, but the timeline, the Instagram timeline. I'm scrolling. The next thing I see Lance Reddick dead. I said, "What the fuck? What?" mad loud, bro.
Yeah,
Christopher the Mob
Madness,
and everything
yeah.
caught me off guard, bro. Like I'm like, yo.
Yeah, when y'all put it up on the chat, I'm like, oh shit, for real? Like, nah, because a lot of the times we lose these greats, and like a lot of the times they're not like in the limelight. Like we don't really like see them exposed as much. But this guy's been like active.
Well, he is.
He's active.
Yeah,
like
he's so underrated. So underrated.
Like,
I mean,
you know what's crazy about him? Is that like
he's underrated? He's underrated to most, but like not to us. He ain't underrated for me.
You know what's crazy about him?
Yeah, not
like,
to us. Yeah, but
like even like we know him because you know we into The Wire and like into The Wire and Destiny, Oz, you know all the, you know we know him from there. But like my mother knows him from his voice, and she say she knows him from his voice. Like she said he's one of those actors that like when you hear his voice, you know it's him. Like it's a distinct voice. It's like she said it's right up there with James Earl Jones' voice. Like when you hear them talk, you know that's James Earl Jones. She said with him, it's the same way. She's like she knew him from the voice.
Yeah, this guy, from like you said, from playing Destiny. We've been playing Destiny for the last 7 to 8 years, and he's been like a fixture to that Destiny. Like you don't you don't play this game without hearing his voice.
That's my captain, man. I'm a Titan, man. That's Captain Zavala right there, bro. I'm hit hard right now, man.
It's funny because I have a funny story because back when I was going to school and I used to take the train to 59th Street. I saw him there, just waiting on the train like everyone else, and this was like during the Oz, and I remember like I never watched Oz like live. I just know in passing. My parents watched it. And I remembered his face. So when I saw him, like, oh, he looked like that show that I can't watch. Like, and I said, oh, he looked familiar. He kind of gave me he gave me a grin and like this and like he made his eyes all bulgy and shit. I'm like, oh shit. But he was super cool. He was it was funny enough. I don't know if it was like a coincidence or maybe they knew each other, but like him and Don Cheadle were sitting next to each other like on the train. Like they were both there. Like Don Cheadle had a guitar and he was sitting right there. I'm like, holy shit!
I would have lost my mind.
You didn't get an autograph, bro? Like
those are two of my favorite actors.
At that time, like I didn't know who he was. Right? I just know him. I like saw him in passing, and then Don Cheadle was not like crazy big. This was like 98. You know what I mean?
No, but that's why I'm saying it, because it's like I followed them for a long time. Like I remember Don Cheadle from like Golden Girls episodes, bro. Like he on the Fresh Prince. Like Don Cheadle been popping up everywhere for the longest. So like I like those dudes from way back. So like I like them before they got like really the notoriety that they have now. You know?
Yeah, I think
that's what I mean. Like I would have really lost my mind.
I think the only time when I saw Don Cheadle at that time, I only recognized him from like Meteor Man. That's the only time I recognized him. So it was not like I wasn't really like gonna bother him because it was a crowded train. So, but yeah, no, it was crazy. Yeah. So like, yeah, that was. But I always remember that shit. Like he just gave me the grin and with the bulging eyes. So when I saw him, like after that, like the next project I seen him was like John Wick, like really like heavy, and I'm like, oh shit, man.
Yeah.
Now I gotta go see this new John Wick movie, man. I have to go see this in the theaters. I was gonna wait.
Well, it was already on my team to go see. So it's just gonna suck that we're gonna have no more of him and John Wick, no more Destiny, no more anything. Man. So
I really thought they were talking about that spin-off about the Continental and branching out on the John Wick universe. I really thought he was gonna be like the lead or the star of that Continental show that they were talking about.
He probably was
so hyped for that, man.
He probably was because his name in John Wick is Charon, which is in Greek mythology, that's the guy who chariots the dead people to the underworld.
Right.
So his name. So if you have a name like that, you gotta be a lethal motherfucker. You saw a little bit of his like action prowess in the last John Wick. When they were defending the Continental.
Yeah, bro, I was so... Oh, man, I wanted to see so much more. I knew he was a badass. I just wanted to see it, bro.
He was a badass. Cause remember he came back into the room pissed? And he was like, oh, he pissed. And he picked up the other gun like... He said we need more heavy duty guns because them dudes armored up head to toe. So he came back in there pissed. Though. He's like,
word. Yo, he's so smooth, bro, in everything he does. Like, and I know people probably clowned it like that Resident Evil joint they had on Netflix, but just because he was in it, bro, I enjoyed the whole thing.
Nah, I remember one time he did a comedy skit where he played a manager in the store, and like I don't know if y'all seen it, but it's online. He's like I don't know if it's a Toys R Us or something. He was in some kind of like some retail store.
Yeah,
and he played the manager.
Toys R Me.
And then he was like, he's like, yo, he said if you take he was like, yo, if you take a bathroom break, he said you have about 2 minutes to drop your fecal matter and then come back to the floor. Yo, bro, it's like, yo,
and if you don't, I'm gonna show up to your house and take random shits in places you would never even dream of.
Yeah, bro. Yo, the shorty, he knocked on the door. He's like, boom, 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 boom. He said, "You been in that bathroom for about 5 minutes now. What you doing in there?" She's like, "I'm on my period." My man went, "No, you're not."
I gotta watch that shit. I didn't
that shit was hilarious.
Bro, I posted it. It's on my personal page. I posted it. That was my tribute to him, bro. That's my personal favorite skit he ever did, bro. That shit is hilarious, man.
No, you're not. Nigga said Toys R Me. Yo, man.
Yeah, man, it's a tough loss, man. It's a tough loss.
Yeah. My condolences to his wife, Stephanie, and the rest of his family. Yo, I'm sorry, it was a crazy loss. I can't imagine because they said he was just he had it was no medical history. He was just found. They came into and they found him unresponsive. So nobody knows how he went.
Yo, I've been following him, bro. Like he posted yesterday. Yesterday he was posting. Yeah. He had a whole rant about Elon Musk. Had a whole fucking rant about Elon Musk, and it was crazy. I'm like, damn, just
that's crazy.
24 hours. He
must set him up. Yo, what's going on, man? He talk about you next minute. He's dead, Elon. What's going on there?
Uh-oh.
Using that billionaire money? Let me stop. Putting shit out there. I'm joking.
Hit the cue.
Yeah, man. So yeah, rest in
I'm
peace,
just saying,
man.
it's kind of crazy. Yo, somebody talk wild shit about you the next day. They not there.
That is. It is though. That shit is wild, bro. I'm not even trying to think about that. Like, I really just want to like give this dude props and give him all his flowers because we continue to do that, bro. Like we wait till people pass away to really give them the respect they deserve. And like a fresh said earlier, us on this panel in this show, we definitely give him respect and been following him for a long time. But as we look in the limelight, like it's like, yeah, he's one of the individuals that really did not get the respect that he deserved as far as how great of an actor he was, man. And it was a pleasure every time I saw him on screen. Every time he popped up in something, or even if it was like a B-level movie and I saw his face on the cover, it's like I'm gonna watch it just because he's one of those people. Like, so bro, like Red
he was
said,
also one of those actors that he could be anything, bro. Like, you never knew what he was when he showed up. Man. You had to watch the movie to find out if he's gonna be on the good side or the bad side. Like, he was one of those actors. He could play any kind of role, bro. Like, you never knew with him.
And he was like a Destiny fan. Like, he was a Destiny, like all the voice actors, a lot of them got like switched out. They got too big headed. They wanted more money. He's still with the franchise, like since day one, and provided voiceovers. Like, he was always there, and he always wanted to know what was the next for the story. And I mean, I haven't played the new expansion pack because I've been off of Destiny for a minute. But yeah, man, it sucks, man. It sucks to see this news. And you know, I mean, we could just celebrate him the way we always did, because I always enjoyed watching him on TV. That voice is iconic. So
yeah,
it's
him, Morgan Freeman, James Earl Jones, distinct voices. You can never mix those voices up with actors.
Man, oh shit. I'm forgetting. Oh, Dennis Haysbert too, man. My man from the Allstate commercials, bro. You got to throw him in that category too, bro.
From good hands. Yup. Yep. That's my boy Serrano. If you know, man. Serrano. That's my boy.
Pedro Serrano, bro.
Look at the scoreboard now. Pasa pa. Yo, Major League was my movie,
I seen
bro.
that pop up somewhere the other day. I think it's on Netflix. I seen that pop up the other day. I gotta watch Major League 2, bro. I swear, I fucking love that movie, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so
my man, what was it? Oval? Oval was
Oval.
The little doll he had?
I think it's Jobu.
Oval? Yo, bro. He's another one. It's like these are like actors that we look at, like, to us, it's like these are top tier dudes, but like they don't get the respect that they deserve, man. These dudes been doing it for a long time, man.
Yeah, it's whack, man. Anyways, yeah, like Red said, condolences to his family. It's don't have much words to say other than we love you. Be in this panel, and it sucks. Well, that was kind of whack ass start to the show, but we had to get it through, right? So once again, this is Untitled Live, man. We talk about all kind of shit. The first half we kind of like do a temperature check on finding out, the temperature for the week. Then we get into some kind of like topics as far as spoilers and all that kind of shit, or news is happening around the internet, and then we get into the hot and spicy topics. We get the Mandalorian and
potatoes,
Last of Us, and all that kind of shit. So yeah, we get into that. So I mean, I could go first for my week. My week was like not that crazy. I mean, I did watch a lot of shit. This week I watched some shit called Batman: The Doom That Came to Gotham. Pretty fucking good. It's animated. I think it drops sometime next week. I was able to see it a little early, by these websites that's available to everyone. So yeah, this animation, it was kind of different. It was very Lovecraft inspired, if you know what I mean. Let me see what else I did. I saw some shit talking about Morgan Freeman. I saw some shit called The Ritual Killer. That movie was garbage. I'm sorry. Garbage. Hot fucking garbage, dude. Even the ending of the movie, like, listen, if I could save y'all money from not watching this shit, yo, take my word for it. This movie's fucking hot garbage. I sat there 2 hours and never get those 2 hours back. The ending threw me off like, whoa. I did The Last of Us. I did Mandalorian. That's a given. I watched Swarm, the whole season of Swarm. That shit is crazy. And that shit is like super like real shit for like the Beehive, like people that idolize like Beyonce. Like it's pretty much talking about Beyonce. It's like it's about Beyonce. It's not about Beyonce, but like it has like even the whole like biting shit, like the whole show with Sana Layton. They just kind of like use that storyline for the chick. Like she bit this idol that she loved. That it is a fucked up show. It is.
Who bit who? Wait, somebody bit somebody?
Well, Sana Layton bit Beyonce at a party. And remember that whole shit that was going online about someone biting her and no one knew who bit Beyonce?
No.
So
I love you, but that's kind of weird, girl. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, so the
it
premise
wasn't
of
her, man. It wasn't her, bro.
He refuses to believe it. Not her. It wasn't her.
So like, the premise of the show is pretty much like this girl if you ever talk shit about her idol on Twitter, she was coming for you. Like she'll go to your house and she'll kill you. And she'll ask before she kills you.
That's with the black chick, right? I can't remember her name right now. The one that's supposed to be in Transformers, right?
Dominique Fishback.
There we go. Yeah.
You got that. Nah, but like
yeah, I seen the trailers for that. That joint looks crazy.
It's mad. Yo, it's mad fucking people in the show. Like you have Chloe Bailey, you have Billie Eilish, you got Paris Jackson, and this fucking the dude from you got here's Lee Clemens, you got Damson Idris, Leon.
Yeah.
You got mad fucking people. You got Rory Culkin. That shit's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
So pretty much, yeah. So like, if you talk like it's a fucked up story how it begins, and then it kind of like spirals out to where she's like she just fucking losing it, bro. Like she'll ask you like before she kills you, like, who's your favorite artist, and you say, this person's my favorite artist. She's like, better than I forgot the let me see her name is Niger. Niger's Beyonce. She's like, so she's not better than she's better than Niger? And they're like, yeah. She's like, but who you like only has 1 Grammy. Niger has 9 Grammys. And like, oh, all right, whatever. Kills him. Yo, there's an episode. I mean, I don't want to spoil it. It's on Amazon Prime.
I ain't gonna watch it.
Nah, it's a thriller, bro. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think it's gonna go for more seasons because it says season 1. So I'm assuming in the way it ended, kind of like, all right, cool. You're not done yet. But yeah, that was a clip that I sent y'all this morning. That's what I started. I started watching the shit this morning. In the first 5 minutes of the shit, I see that shit. I'm like,
bro, you gotta put warnings up next time, bro. I'm sitting right next to my mother when I played that shit, bro.
That was the first 2 minutes, actually.
You gotta put warnings up, man. I'm over here playing. I'm sitting next to my mother playing this shit. What the fuck? I'm trying to show you.
Lord, you should know, like, whenever you open up Telegram, dude,
bro,
Telegram
not in the game, not chat. Yeah, we don't post same shit. We post no craziness like that, bro. Like, yo.
Nah, we be posting some crazy shit, bro.
No, we do not. we ain't never post nothing like that, yo. Not no NFSW stuff, yo.
No, word, that was wild, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, when that's why I laughed when Red was like, I'm next to my mom's, because I was with my son and I opened that shit and I'm like, oh, nah. Like, the hell is this?
I was like, yo.
And then you said Chloe Bailey. I didn't see her in the entire clip, bro. Like, what?
I did preface it. I gave it captions. I
said Chloe Bailey on Demon Time, but I didn't see no Chloe Bailey. Like, what's Chloe Bailey?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't see her in that entire clip, bro. Like, what? That was clickbait, bro.
She's in the clip.
I mean, I didn't see her.
Because y'all motherfuckers panic. When I say Demon Time, bro, that is AKA some fuck shit. But next time,
bro, that ass though. I watched the whole shit. She's not. I mean, I feel you saying she's in the clip, but like we talking about, you put the caption down there, bro. We didn't see Chloe Bailey at all. I mean, I guess she's there, but we didn't see her at all, bro.
Hips, cheeks smacking, all that. That's all we was getting, you know. Like, and little weird ass girl looking at them doing the shit like.
Word.
I'm
like, hold up, that's not Chloe Bailey, right?
Unless Chloe Bailey was going to get dug on the bed.
But I feel you. You got me ready to watch the show. I'm ready to see what's good though.
That shit had me in tears, bro. I couldn't, like, that was the first couple of minutes, and I'm like, yo, what the hell? Yeah, that shit is crazy. Well, next time I'll put an extra more disclaimer to be more descriptive of what I said. I was just excited. I was just like, holy shit, Mine just like I sent that shit like what 6 o'clock in the morning. Oh man, what else?
That's what I'm saying. That shit was like when I was getting ready to get my son ready for school. Like that shit was like early.
There was like some
her that scene is causing huge online debate at the moment. I don't know what kind of debate it's causing, but that's what it says online.
And the debate is whether or not, like, I think it was like some other shit, but she did explain how, because I don't know how people do that shit. I don't know how actors do that shit, like how they fucking pretend the bone.
It's body doubles. First of all, that could have been a body double.
I mean,
and if it's not, they wear like skin suits too at the same time, like skin like flesh suits or something.
Nah,
so no
she said that she had she said that she had between them two. She explained the scene. She had a ball, like a squishy ball, like a bouncy ball in between them.
Yeah, that's what I said. They make sure the organs touching you. They always make sure like.
Let me see here. I'm looking at your response. What else?
That shit wow. Like at the end of the day, like I understand being professional, but like you said, at some point that shit hard, bro. That shit kind of hard, bro. No pun intended.
I don't know the debate about her doing like. I mean, yeah, people probably they see like, oh, they probably grew up seeing her perform and shit like from when she was like a teenager to now, but she's 24 years old now.
She's a young
girl,
girl.
Adult.
Right.
Yeah, and I also think maybe because I think Beyonce was the one that kind of like discovered them, right? Like she kind of put them on initially. Her and her sister.
I'm not sure.
I think so. I could be wrong. So it's weird. When I saw this, I'm like, damn, this is kind of like going at that whole fucking tribe. You know what I mean?
Fandom.
Yeah.
You said the whole what?
Like the whole
the fandom.
The fandom, the tribe, the fucking beehive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Them motherfuckers are annoying, bro. She doesn't want to.
I mean, it is out of control.
Who the hell are these people that beat her they shouldn't deserve no award. What? They don't deserve. I never heard this person that did. If you listen to more music than Beyonce, you know other artists, yo. Like, but you get off of Beyonce's clip. Y'all hear more artists and different music. Broaden your horizons, yo.
Yeah. That's pretty much like the premise of this whole show. Like people like, yo, like there's other artists out there that's better. And half the time, because she's pretty much like it's her best friend. Like Chloe, that character, Chloe, that's her best friend. Now, that's not you come to find out they're sisters, they foster sisters. Because her parents adopted her. And
she's the artist?
No, she's not the artist, she's the best friend. And so the best friend is the one that's a real fan of Nyjah, and because the one that's kind of like the main character, she doesn't have kind of her own kind of like thoughts. Like she's a fan because her sister. Right. So when they used to ask her in the show, hey, what's your favorite song? It's like, oh, the one that he was like broke. Like she didn't know the names of the tracks.
She's a fanatic and doesn't know the name of the tracks.
She's one of those people that's just trying to be down type shit.
Yeah, pretty much like the self validation.
Well, how are you claiming to be a super fan and you killing people? You don't even know the name of the tracks.
Yeah, like it was crazy. Like even with the Billie Eilish scene and all that shit was crazy. Yeah, man.
So other than that, real quick, without having to give spoilers to anything, does she have any conflict with her best friend, like towards the end of this shit or as it progresses? Since her friend was the original actual fan?
Yeah, Chloe. Her name is Marissa, her friend, her sister. She dies the first episode.
Oh, shit.
She died.
No more
she
questions. I'll just watch it.
She died the first 10 minutes of the show. That she cheeks clap.
That's crazy.
She got clapped.
Bro, I was just about to say that. My man said she died in the first 10 minutes, and what you sent.
Well, she died right after the
first,
sex?
like 20 minutes. So that's
Not like you can like a couple of scenes after that.
crazy.
But she died, but like she unsubscribed to life.
Oh,
but when you watch the show,
when
you watch the show and you realize the shit that happens, you come to find out that the sister was the one that kind of killed her. It's fucked up story, man. It's a fucked up story. I'm surprised. I saw that shit. I'm like, I'm kind of bored. I need to watch some shit.
Oh, this is Childish Gambino's movie?
Yeah. Childish Gambino. He directed the first episode and he produced and written a lot of the episodes. But that's his project.
It's his project.
Shit, word?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Him and his brother. His brother's in the
I just
show.
saw the previews of it. I didn't even know all that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's pretty much it for my week, man. Nothing too crazy. How about yours, Fresh Prince?
Pretty simple week. Wasn't nothing too crazy. Watched everything we were supposed to keep up on. Started watching like the old Justice League cartoons with my son. So started watching those basically from the beginning. But yeah, that's about it. Just, work, typical week, nothing too crazy to talk about. So it's been pretty cool. I ain't gonna take up too much time. Nothing too much to talk about. What about you, Red?
My week was quiet, bro. Like, I was just there chilling, milking top billing, sticking pure villain, me and Real Cease. How do we stop? I was just I was chilling this week. I didn't get to go out to movies today, but I'm going Sunday. First, I want to start off saying happy birthday to my boy. He's 16 today.
Oh, so, happy birthday, Jason.
Yeah, he's out there celebrating with his girlfriend.
Happy birthday, brother.
But yeah, he's at 16, so today's his birthday, born on St. Patty's Day. So, just want to give him a little birthday shout out right there real quick. And then, so other than that awesomeness, I've been chilling, watching, keeping up with this Bloodline storyline from wrestling. Cody Rhodes and open up Cody Rhodes in the belt WrestleMania. I didn't really catch Monday too much either. It wasn't really that much. It was Monday was like Kevin Owens had a match with Solo, and then they jumped Kevin Owens again. And then today, I don't know if you saw today's, but today they Cody brought Sammy and KO out and they had him talk it out. And then Sammy and KO went to the back, and then Sammy's like, "Yo, you still my brother. Like, yo, no matter if you don't talk to me no more ever again in life, you're always gonna be my brother, and I love you." He said some shit like that. So then like Sammy's about to get jumped again. KO came out and they squashed the beef. So what it's gonna, what it is. They're gonna go against the Usos at WrestleMania for the titles.
They're gonna take one of them belts. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're talking about splitting up the undisputed belts. Like they're gonna make the disputed champions again. So they're trying to take one belt off of Roman and then one belt off and one belt off of the Usos. So they're taking the WWE belt off of Roman because that's the one that Cody really wants. So I think if he wins, that's what you're gonna take that belt off him. Let me see. I watched The Mandalorian. I watched The Last of Us. Yo, Last of Us was so good. It was like directly from the game. Game from like game to show like spot on. Well, there was a little few extra words here and there, but like spot on, bro. Like, yeah, that's what it had me. It had me like, yo. I remember I flashed back to when I was playing that scene with the hospital. You had to go save Ellie and all that shit. I was in it. I was in it, bro. I was like, yo, man. It's too bad I ain't gonna watch next season. But anyway. Yeah. So Mandalorian. Yeah, I think that's it. I didn't really. Like I said, I didn't do much. I was under the radar this week.
Yeah, it's weird to have like a show where we haven't watched like whatever came out in theaters today, yesterday, with the whole Shazam shit. Like nobody.
Yeah, normally I'd have been out there with Shazam. I'd have been in theaters. You know,
it is bad.
Birthday, yeah. So
yeah, it's like the. I'm excited to see it, but it's just not like pressing for me to go to the theaters right now to see it. Like,
there's a lot of drunks out there today too. So
yeah, and plus like the movie got spoiled for me like on Twitter like crazy. Like people just started posting that shit like wow, like no, like more than normal. I'm like damn, but like a lot of shit that I already kind of knew already.
Yeah, so I still
like one thing. That's not for one thing that was like, oh, all right, cool. But like, dude, kind of segueing to like the first kind of like news out there. So pretty much, it was actually big news.
Yo, what up, D Best 920? What's going on, bro?
It took me by surprise because we all kind of like felt that Ben Affleck was coming back to direct some shit. And he said the THR article came out yesterday talking about he's like, I ain't doing no movies for James Gunn. Not he didn't say it like that. He just said, hey, he's a good guy, but I'm not gonna direct anything that whatever they doing. They're pretty much like whatever the direction they going, he's like, I'm not directing anything with that. And he pretty much like talked about his experience with the Justice League reshoots, which we all heard already. He spoke about this already. But he's kind of like reliving it and talking about how the hierarchy there was like toxic and my man was about to jump out the window, which was crazy. I didn't hear that. It was the first time I heard that shit. And I was like, shit, man. Like he was like, either I can either drink or I can either fucking, jump out the window. I'm like, holy shit.
The boy. That's eat the boy when you're jumping out the window. Eat the boy.
Shout out to Round Brows.
Jumping out the window with this one.
I don't even know how you made that to a joke.
Give me $20. No way.
Because he ain't do it. If he did it, I would have done it. I would have cracked that joke, but he ain't do it. I can't see myself jumping out a window for no job. I'm sorry, bro.
I mean that's it's not even a job. It's like a mental health issue. So I could
that's definitely a mental health
Hollywood
issue.
Shit is crazy. Yeah, that Hollywood shit is crazy, bro. The amounts of pressure and shit that these people go through, man. Like whether warranted or not, it's like these people go through a lot. Like I'm not saying like you could walk away, but it's a part of all of our lives. There's a certain piece of validation, especially when it comes to artists.
He could have definitely walked away, but I think that he was like that contract shit really fucked him up. Where if he did leave, he gets penalized. And shit. So like he was like, let me just stick through it. Now you dealing with
court.
But so the article came out pretty much like it kind of debunked everything that James Gunn had said on Twitter, saying that he was gonna possibly come back for a directing job. Oh, we lost Fresh Prince. I don't know if you guys are like following James Gunn on Twitter right now, but like he's getting like so much heat right now, and
I mean, it was one thing I commented on his post about like somebody was talking about like, oh, stop casting your wife in DC films and stuff like that. And my bro was like, yo, I never cast my wife in anything but Suicide Squad. That's the only thing I casted my wife in. But I'm like, bro, I'm just like, Why are you explaining yourself to them? Especially if you know it's not true, bro.
That's
like,
what I said.
Stop explaining yourself to them, bro. Like, these niggas are always gonna find something to complain about. First of all, if you did do it, so what? That's your wife. If you want to put her on, you put her on. That's your power. That's nepotism. And all directors have done nepotism. From the director of The Godfather, from all over the directors, all over, bro. Scorsese, he had his daughters and shit. Like all directors have done nepotism. Sam Raimi has his brother in all his movies. Ted Raimi has a job because Sam Raimi get jobs, yo.
Listen, if you're in a position to do it, why not do it? Like, that's the whole point. Like, if you put your people on. Like,
I'm on the grounds of like, yo, you don't have to explain yourself to these people. If you want to cast your wife in every project that you do, that is your business. Yo, cast your wife in it. Like, F them, yo. Stop explaining yourself to these people. Because nobody's ever going to be happy, yo. People are miserable. They're the most miserable people on earth, yo. We had a perfect human back in the ancient biblical days. His name was Jesus. Let me tell you about a man named Jesus. Jesus is as perfect as you can be as a human being.
I still had a problem.
He knew how to share three loaves of bread and three little fishes amongst a whole crowd of people, man. He knew how to turn water into wine. How can you hate somebody that turns water to wine, but they still found a way to hate him, and they crucified him? Jesus did nothing but tell people to love each other. That's it, and they crucified him. So if Jesus can't please the world, why even try? Just please yourself. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I definitely, we spoke about this shit before, but I went on Twitter and I said, yo, you just don't even like engage in these conversations. Like you don't have to keep on like trying to have to explain yourself, because you explain yourself and then something comes up and it's kind of like discounts what you say, undermines what you say, and it's just like it makes you look like a liar, right? When you're not trying to lie,
right?
It just makes you look like. And I get it, the whole like his wife being cast in every movie, like cool, it's fine. You got the power to do so, but like, stop trying to push these fucking corny ass characters in these movies, right? That's one thing.
It's
like
not, it's not like she's a character that plays no role, or she's trash in how she plays the character. Like, there's nothing wrong with that character. And every time I see her, like, yo, to me personally, honestly, I never felt like she's everywhere. So I don't know what everybody's fucking problem is. Like, I really don't see her in everything. Like, what are y'all complaining about?
Because they saw her in one thing and people exaggerate.
The fuck? It's a Suicide Squad connected universe. Everything she's been in. Peace.
Shit. You good?
Yo, he has one of those self-censoring video click links. He's about to curse and the video link is like, oh, we don't curse. It's like, oh, we don't curse. Come on back. Come on back. He's so
she showed up in Suicide Squad. I mean,
I don't remember Suicide Squad. I'll be honest. I remember her in Peacemaker.
She was in Suicide Squad. She was in Peacemaker. She's in Black Adam.
Was she in Black Adam? I don't remember that shit.
Yeah.
She was in Black Adam.
The connective tissue when they took him into that Argus or Cadmus facility, whatever it was.
Oh, she's the one talking shit to him, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I think she's in this shit too, Shazam.
All right, but it's all connected. Like, what's the problem?
Shazam was filled before he even took over DC.
Yeah, like, come on, man. This shit is. Yeah, go ahead, Fresh. I'm not gonna complain no more. People talk too much shit. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, no. I know, I get it. Yeah, I don't care about her. Like, it's just like she's fine. I think the surrounding people in that squad. I think that what's that dude? The fat dude. What's his name?
I don't have a problem with him. I don't remember his name, but I think he did the
he's the body double for King Shark.
Yeah. So it's like you gave him you know what I'm saying? It's like you gave him a joint added on to it. It's like, I don't have no problems with these type of things. Again, it's not like his character was pointless. I enjoyed his character in the Peacemaker series. So again, like, I don't understand why people are complaining. Like,
people, I already told you. Jesus. People are miserable, man. You're not gonna please everybody, bro. There's always gonna be a complaint. There's always gonna be somebody complaining, bro.
Yeah, always.
My man,
me personally, do I like those characters? I really don't give a shit about them. I just don't really care. I don't really like invest too much time in thinking about them. Because they kind of like, they're just side characters. They're not like a big thing for me.
That's what I'm saying.
But,
we always gonna need background characters, and as background characters, I think they were fine. So that's what I'm saying. It's not like they took away, or it's like, yo, get this dude out of here. Like, what are you here for? And you slowing down the story or stopping it for some type of reason. It was none of that. So again, I don't see the problem.
It's corny shit. It's just the corny jokes that they.
He has a way of making you care about these fucking characters that you don't even know no shit about. Like, you don't know shit about these characters, and he has a way of telling these characters. Like, look at Guardians of the Galaxy, yo. Like, as long as Guardians of the Galaxy been out, bro, nobody knew who Star-Lord was. Nobody knew Drax, Gamora, any Rocket. None of them. Nobody knew who these characters were. Yo. Now everybody cares about these characters. Everybody's a Rocket fan. Everybody likes Star-Lord and everything like that. First of all, I think he cheated us on the Star-Lord story because Star-Lord story is so much more deeper than what we got in the movies. Like his guns is OP, bro. His elemental guns, yo. They didn't even go do a backstory in that, bro.
Yeah, they just changed his whole dad. Like his dad was like a fucking Jason.
Yeah, that was where he got his guns from.
Yeah.
It's only because that was his dad he was able to use those because his gun is rare. Like there was so much we lost. There's so much we got. But he just cared about you caring about the characters. He didn't care about you knowing their full backstory and stuff like that. So that's why he did. That's why he did what he did, and I understand it. Same thing with Suicide Squad. He had me care about his fucking rat girls. I hate rats, but he had me care about this stupid ass rat girl and this dude having this rat phobia. And then when I'm like, yo, I hope he comes save her when she's about to die. I'm like, I hope he comes save her. And then look, he pops out of nowhere. And Idris Elba falls from the sky. To go save the rat girl. And I'm like, yes. And him Pete come out the front. Bro, he makes you care, bro. He's very good at that, yo.
I began like these Google alerts now. I never used to get them before. I started getting them this week, and I got some crazy ass Google alert that had me dying, bro. That shit said when I clicked the notification, it said James Gunn has hired James Gunn as director of Superman Legacy. I was dying, bro. I couldn't stop laughing. I'm like, yo, he explained, like, he said that he didn't know how to tackle the story. He was like, I didn't want to jump into this because, for me, it didn't make any sense. Right. But then he started like writing, and he was like, I think I was able to crack it. And then he told his brother about it, and his brother was like, yo, bro, like, he was like, the date that it was coming out, he's like, yo, that's, our dad's birthday. And he was like, oh shit, I didn't even think about that shit. And he was like, he's inserting his father into like the personal situation until like the human aspect of Superman. And they was talking about how like this is like the first time someone is able to kind of like harness that kind of emotion. I'm like, no, stop it. I get it. You have a story, and I hope it's great. But don't say you was the first to harness, and crack a Superman story. We had a Superman story. It's just you didn't like it. You know what I mean? You didn't like it. If you was to brighten it up and make it all cartoony and give it stupid jokes, I bet Man of Steel would be the best movie ever. It'll fit on both ends. It just didn't go well.
Like, if you really look at it, Man of Steel was the first Superman story where you had a focal point of his upbringing. Like, you had a focal point of like both his parents' side, like the Kryptonian parents and the Earth parents, and like, cause if you watch Richard Donner Superman with Christopher Reeve and stuff, they give you a little bit of the Kansas stuff, but they breeze through it mostly. Like, he's there, he learns about his powers. His father catches a heart attack, and then he moves to Metropolis and some shit. And then you never hear about Kansas no more after that. Like, this one, like, the focus is like Kansas, like his upbringing, his how he adjusted from like being a kid in an unknown planet, finding out he had these powers, finding out you were different, losing a father in front of you when you had the power to save him, and just because he wanted to protect you from your secret identity coming out. Like, knowing you know what that is, knowing you have the power to save a parent but you couldn't do it because
motherfucker had resentment for those powers. Is it because of his powers I couldn't save him?
Yeah,
that's crazy. That shit eats me, bro. Like I'm like, he was about to go out there, like, and the father's like,
"Yo, dude,
that shit anyway." Like,
I'm getting chills. I'm getting chills for that shit right now, bro. Like the chills I'm feeling right now.
Yo, the whole thing is like, yo, it's too dark. It's too dark, bro. If you was to find out that you're an alien and not wanted anywhere, you think you'll be fucking smiling everywhere? Exactly. You'd be fucking dark as emo as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna be emo as fuck, and he's trying to figure out his where he comes from. So he's taking all these odd jobs and doing these behind the scenes investigation shit that we don't see, but we know it's happening, right? Because he's trying to figure out where he's from. He's taking these jobs that's bringing him closer to what he thinks is part of his heritage.
Mm-hmm.
And you and people think, oh, it's just too dark, bro. You're not looking at it.
You wasn't understanding the story, bro.
Yeah, like you're looking at you. So you want this dude to be smiling all day, like, you know, like the type of like how we are in Best Buy, right? We smile all the time, and we get fucking abused by these customers, and they want us to keep smiling. That's what the kind of Superman they want.
That's crazy. You saying it like that because that's exactly what it is. It's like that's what people want. They want to see that. But at the end of the day, what Zack Snyder gave us is the reality of the situation, the behind the smiles of the situation. It's like, this is what it really is. Everybody complaining, like, yo, how you tell him, like, oh, not to save nobody? Because in a realistic situation, that's my fucking son. I love him. And when we think about it, if he does do that, then what's going to happen after that? The government's going to get involved. They're probably going to take him. They're probably going to be testing on him forever. I'm never going to see him again. So let's be real. If that's your child, no, you're not going to want him to fucking save nobody, because the consequences of that is whatever else comes as a domino effect after that. So yes, I don't know if you should have saved them. Yeah, I know you should have. That's the moral thing to do, but I don't know what to tell you, because as a human, as a father, I don't want to lose you.
That was really sick. That was really sick. He said, should I not say? He said, I don't know. Maybe. I was like, yo. I was like, that's the biggest answer you can give, bro. Like, if you care for a child and you only want to protect your child, the fact that you said maybe, like he shouldn't save people, like, bro, because you don't want to lose him, that you don't want him to be taken away. You know that's what would happen.
Go through pain, anguish.
And it touched on everything, even like down to the religious thing. Like, if he was to come out now, this will fucking debug the whole entire Bible. He was like, nah, we can't do this. Like, this is gonna just shut everything down. Like, you're not ready to take on this responsibility. And that was, mind you, that was like 15, 20 years ago. But then when he's like him being an adult, he still wasn't ready. So just imagine if it would have been exposed when he was younger. He would have been fucking captured. You know, the government would have took him and whatever. But like, dude, so when I hear people talking about, you know, he finally cracked and harnessed the real aspect of Superman, like, okay, I'm gonna take it as face value, and when it comes out, I'm gonna watch it, and hopefully I enjoy it and it's great. And if it's bullshit, I'm gonna call you on it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, bro, when the movie comes out and this movie's bullshit and garbage, I'm gonna make sure that Friday it's gonna be spoiler talk. We're gonna talk about this shit.
I feel, you know what's crazy though? I feel like Henry Cavill Superman didn't get a fair he didn't get a fair chance. And this is why I say he didn't get fair, because when we watch Man of Steel, you can clearly tell, like, yeah, they told you know that like the S on his chest is a symbol for hope, but he didn't get the chance to be that symbol for hope yet. You know, he was on his way there, and you could see the story was building its way up to get there, but Zack Snyder never got the chance to fully tell his story on that Henry Cavill side of like how he could be the symbol of hope. So I feel like we never got to see the Superman that he wanted to have come out in the end. You know what I mean? We just got the early portion, and it just got cut off, like, for whatever reason.
So pretty much, right? If Zack Snyder had the same opportunity that James Gunn had, where he can kind of like show a roadmap of what he was trying to build, because mind you, we never seen his roadmap. He just Man of Steel came out, Batman versus Superman. Oh, he's gonna do Justice League. If he would have came out and said, "Hey, listen, this is where I'm starting. This is my roadmap. I'm starting with Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman, Justice League 1, 2, and 3. then you would understand that there's a 5-movie arc. He didn't get that opportunity. So when the movie came out and they started screwing with his film, that didn't work out. It kind of like everything fell short. You know what I mean? Like, and it sucked because yeah, he was supposed to get to that pinnacle, right? When I was talking to Steph and I'm like, hey, when Justice League was coming out, this was like the whole Justice. I didn't think he was gonna change it so much, right? And she was like, yo, when Superman comes back, when he's resurrected, it's almost like the second coming of Jesus. That's how people feel, like in the movies, comics. That's oh my god, that's how it's supposed to be. And when we saw it, the movie, I was like, nothing. It was a cool fart. I'm like, nah, this is nothing. Like I felt nothing. You know what I mean? So, and then you watch the Zack Snyder Justice League, and there's a lot more meat and potatoes in that situation, and then you start feeling it. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. It sucks. He released a tweet. Zack Snyder talked about save the date, the 28th, 29th, and the 30th. I went ahead and put my tin hat on, and I went crazy. But then I realized I'm like, oh shit, yeah, he did this 2 years ago. It's gonna be like a fan event.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, but I didn't want to rain on your parade. But
nah,
the first time you posted that, I was like, yeah, it's just the anniversary probably.
No, but it was at first people were like talk because he said he was not gonna do any more Snyder Cons. Right. That's why I automatically thought. But then I was like, all right, cool. This is probably another fan event.
I figured he would do it, not that being the main attraction, but being maybe the cherry on top of the fact of him releasing new stuff about Rebel Moon and things like that, or what is it? Dawn of the Dead. That's the original shit. The zombie movie that he just had on Netflix. So I think he's gonna probably be expanding a lot on the stuff that he has from that universe, and he'll probably just throw like maybe a recut or something like that of, or just a showing for the anniversary.
Nah, it's gonna be just an event. It's a meet and greet. He had it before, and I was gonna go to that one a couple of years ago. This was before the whole Snyder Cut shit. This was like when he was talking about when he was just signing autographs and putting a 3-digit number, and people didn't understand the number. And I was like, what is this number? And then people was like trying to decipher it, and you find out that the number he was writing was like the actual runtime to Justice League. It was like 187 or 189 or some shit like that, and I was like, oh shit, there's like 40 minutes extra of the movie. But then it come to find out it was a lot more than that. So yeah, it's gonna be a fan event. They're gonna do a theatrical release of Zack Snyder's Justice League in one of those dates. He's gonna talk about Rebel Moon because the hashtag is called Full Circle. Pretty much like, just all right, cool. We gotta, this is goodbye for the Snyder shit, the Snyder Cut, the Snyderverse, and we're gonna move over. We're gonna kind of like move forward. So it's gonna be like you said, Dawn of the Dead. It's gonna be Las Vegas. That's gonna be the new one. And then Army of the Dead, Las Vegas. Yeah, that's gonna be the new one. And his Rebel Moon is gonna be a 3-picture or 5-picture deal. I don't know. So yeah, but it's always good to have hope. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, it's not ever gonna happen. The way James Gunn is he's not gonna release anything, bro. It's him.
Yeah, we gotta move on.
Yeah, we gotta move on from that. But yeah, that was pretty much like the crazy shit. I was watching a couple of trailers to Shazam, and I was thinking to myself, like, why the hell why is it Billy Batson, right? The kid that plays Billy Batson.
Just pull him over.
He's mad mature.
Yeah.
But then when he turns into when he transitions to Shazam, he's a moron. It's almost like they're playing two different characters.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, why is he acting extra like Kitty? You're supposed to like imitate the person that you are, like, you know, just a heightened version of the, you know, it's yourself pretty much.
It's just off.
I think that's how his character's always been. Because when he's a kid version, he's a little more responsible and like he's cautious and more responsible, and he's like more mature. And then when he turns into Shazam, he becomes more playful because he's all powerful. You know, nothing can hurt him and stuff like that. So he tends to like cut loose a little more and act more kiddish and childish and stuff. Right. Because I think it's the upbringing. Like he's from like the like I think he's homeless.
He's a foster kid,
foster kid, homeless, like poor, like so. Like he, you know, when him being vulnerable, he has to have his wits about him. He can't be like as jovial and like playful because he'll get taken advantage of in the streets.
It's more
Whereas
about
when he gets his Shazam powers, he's like, I don't have to worry about all that stuff no more because nobody can do shit to me. So that's when he starts doing like acting like a kid and doing kid shit. And everybody that's why they look at him like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, bro, you're not a little kid.
I hope that it's just the trailers that's cut weird and shit, and then when I see it in full context, which I'm planning on seeing, I want to see it maybe this week.
No, that's his own character. Like I'm just saying, a few Justice League story where Batman and like other people call him out and like, yo, why you acting like a kid all the time? Because they don't know he's a kid.
They're ready to kick him out.
Yeah,
but like, you know, I get the whole kid part, but like if you're gonna act like an idiot, like he's dumbed down, like he's even more dumber than the first one.
That's what Red is trying to say. It's like when he's an actual kid, he's more of an adult or more mature because of the fact that he's in survival mode. He's trying to survive because he has nobody. Mm-hmm. So it's more of a little kid trying to act like he's bout it, and he's really not. You know what I'm saying? But then, like Red said, once he gets the powers, he understands that nothing can hurt him, or he's invulnerable, or he just lets go of that facade because he doesn't need it at that point. So his actual childlike jovialness takes over.
Doing dumb kid shit.
Yeah, and he starts acting like a dumb kid.
I get that 100%. I get that. That's the comic book shit. I get that shit. I'm just talking about Zachary Levi's character acting like a moron. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just if he's gonna like double down, like how they did like Thor Ragnarok, right? Like how Thor was kind of like an idiot, right? And then the second movie, well, not the second movie, but you know, Love and Thunder, he doubled down on his idiocy.
Right.
I just hope that, because I like Shazam, I like the first one, but if he's like gonna act like more like a moron, like how they did like Ant-Man. Like they made Ant-Man fucking dumb as hell in the second movie. I don't know, man. I want to see it. I'm just not like crazy like gonna see it first night, right? I mean, obviously if we here.
I'm not excited, but yeah, I do want to see it too, and I understand what you're saying. I just don't want to go too hard on that aspect because again, we haven't seen it yet. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see it and see how the portrayal comes across. And then, you know, we can talk about that if it is a mismatch or a disconnect between the two. But yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. So I mean, hopefully, this movie does well, and if it does well, I think that kind of like solidifies his tenure.
Yeah.
In the DCEU.
I do want Shazam in the universe.
Yeah, lie in his room. That shit is crazy. What the fuck came from? My bad.
I know James Gunn went to the premiere of Shazam, but I don't know if he's gonna keep those characters though.
Yeah.
I mean, he said he's doing a reset, but he's doing like it's certain characters that's crossing over. So I don't know who's crossing over. I guess it's whoever can make money, right?
Exactly.
So I mean, I tell you one thing.
If y'all like Shazam, y'all better go watch this movie.
Well, Aquaman made DC a Billy. That was their best movie, so I don't know.
Yeah, Aquaman made a Billy. Yeah, Aquaman, and that was surprising too. That was so surprising. That movie could have been. It was shaky, right? It could have went two different ways.
I really like
It's
that.
the Jason Momoa factor, man.
I really liked that. The first Aquaman, I really liked it. Like it was really good to me. I don't know. I saw it like 3 times in theaters, yo. I was a contributor to that movie.
me and Devon went to see that shit like super early. Like it was like still previs. And we didn't know what it was. Yeah, we didn't know what it was, and it was this is Aquaman. I'm like, holy shit, that shit was pretty funny. It pulled a John Wick on us because I enjoyed the shit. I enjoyed the shit out of it. What else here? Marvel's been real quiet this week. I tell you one thing. I haven't heard nothing from Marvel this week. I think Kevin Feige's thing. He's like, let all the heat go to DC real quick because
word up.
We trying to rework what we got going on here.
I think there's a lot of things. It's also with DC having to deal, not DC, Disney having to deal with DeSantis right now. They're having a little issue with him because
with the
he took away their governing status of their own area. So now they're dealing with that whole issue. And
Disney's like, all right, cool. Yeah, guess what? You guys took that away. All those taxes that we've been having to pay, that goes right to the taxpayers. Taxpayers have to pay that now.
Word.
He doesn't understand like that doesn't really affect him other than now the government has a little more oversight in their parks, but it doesn't change nothing as far as. And mind you, he's only changing the shit because he wants to incorporate a rule where like folks that are trans or LGBTQ, they can't say anything. It's like the military. Don't say nothing.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's dumb. But like,
he's just being petty. It's pettiness because it was the CEO of Chapek that made a comment against him, and Disney already took him down as CEO. So like all the stuff he's doing right now, it's just being petty. Like you're not hurting Chapek. Chapek don't work for Disney no more.
Exactly.
So it's like, what are you doing all this for? It makes no sense. But then again, he's actually getting conservatives to turn against Disney is kind of crazy because some of these people is like, oh, Disney is not the company I once thought it was. Now they got these woke movies and stuff going on and it's corrupting my kids' minds. And we don't watch Disney no more. I canceled Disney Plus. Bro, there was a whole hour-long fucking like what do you call it? Like when that was like meetings or whatever that shit is when they show up and they have those mics and on the stands and shit, those presentation like
the press
people just standing up complaining about Disney and shit. I'm like, yo, y'all bunches of fools, bro.
And and that shit really pisses me off, right? Like, just say what it is, bro. Like, stop using the word woke, right? Yeah. Y'all sat there and we try to reclaim that word and say everything's woke. Just say what it is. How y'all really want to say it?
I don't want to use that shit no more.
That's what y'all want to say. Y'all really want to say everything's black.
Yeah.
That's what y'all want to say when y'all say woke.
Y'all making everything black, brown, and gay.
I think it's more like
it's everything black.
It's the gay content.
It's everything, but they reclaimed it and try to make it everything they hate. It falls in an umbrella as woke, right?
Yeah.
They don't like gays, it's woke. They don't like black, it's woke. So it's like the word woke has departed so far. It's like it's not what like woke.
I don't even use woke no more. Woke is done for me. Like
that's what I'm saying. Every time we come up with some slang shit, people gotta take it and run it into the fucking ground, bro.
That's what Bill Burr said. He said,
growing up, like woke was like, yo, just stay woke. Like whatever you hear in the news is not what you hear in the news, right? Just stay woke.
Be smart. Look past what the surface is of what they telling you.
Read between the lines, right? That was woke for me. Now
that's true
like,
woke. Yeah, that's true woke.
Now it's kind of like they took it because they want to feel they want to feel oppressed. That's what they want to do. They want to feel oppressed and use the word. You know what I mean? And say, "Oh, this is woke." because that's what they want to do. They want to try so hard to be oppressed. Sorry,
that's nuts to me. Yo, you just said that. So I'm thinking about it in my head, like, because we think about it, right? We create so much shit, and everybody wants to steal it and be down with it, no matter what, right? So, are we really at that stage right now where we are so far along that y'all really want to be down with being fucking oppressed? Is that how much y'all want to be down that y'all want to be fucking oppressed too? That's crazy, yo. We live in a society, right?
And the funny thing is, right? People will hear this shit and I'm like, "Oh, these guys are left. These guys are."
No,
it's not even about that. Like I read
between the lines.
I read between the lines, bro. I can see bullshit on both sides, and I see that y'all guys have it all wrong.
Yep.
Like, you have it all wrong. But whatever. I'm just a small YouTuber, right?
I mean, I'm left, but I can see points on all sides. Like, so it's like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm left. I'm not far left. I'm more close to center left.
I'm more I don't like putting myself in a box and saying I'm something, right? I just go based on like how I feel.
I'm leftist.
That. But it's crazy, man. But yeah, Disney, I don't think they're gonna be hurt. It's not gonna bother them. They're gonna be alright. They're gonna be those fucking tickets are gonna stay at $400.
Yep.
Nah, they're lowering the prices. It's in Bob Iger said the park needs to be more accessible to all income families. So like he's like the prices are way too high for like people like Disney Expensive is not supposed to make you like break your bank or whatever like that. Like
he said that, but the price is still the same.
I mean, it takes time.
I am now like because I am now a Florida resident, even though I get the emails now because I'm like my license is there. So like the price. I mean the prices they get lower. I think they got like $30 lower in price. Yeah. Like it's still like it's the $160. You know what I mean? And then that's not even including like the fast pass and all that shit. And you gotta plan ahead.
They don't have fast pass no more, man. What's wrong with you? Genie Plus, bro.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know this.
Genie Plus and Lightning Lanes, man. That's what it is, man.
Yeah, Red be on it. Red be watching.
Yo, I watch all those Disney influencers, man. I'm like, yo, that kid. I love a job like that. Just fucking walking in the amusement park, talking about amusement park shit. Get paid on YouTube for that shit, man. Sign me up. Sign me up. Just I get to ride rides for a living and talk about theme park shit.
Word.
There's motherfuckers that live in Disney.
They go to Disney every. I know I follow this one family. They call it a park pass or something like that. But they work regular jobs. Then after they do their job, they get pack their shit and they go to Disney. and they film the rest of the night at Disney going on rides.
No, motherfuckers got houses in Disneyland, in Disney World. They have like they buy a house in the property. So like when you go home, you in Disney.
So what he's talking about, Fresh Prince is not in the actual park itself, but it's like houses, like homes and stuff that's near in Disney property. That you could rent, you could buy.
On the land that they actually own.
On the land that they own. Yeah.
Okay.
I know the way you said it. You thinking like they're living in the park.
Yeah, bro. The way he said it, I'm like, what? Wait.
Nah. Like all those Disney resorts and like they have that's their land. That's still on their land.
Right.
So they have homes that's near there. That's on those things too that you could rent.
It's in the property. It's not in the actual like.
Right, not in the park.
But it's in the not in the park, but it's in the surrounding areas.
It's on their land. Yeah.
Like if the one of the amenities is that you have like trolleys that go in front of your house and it goes right into it's direct access. You don't have to walk. You don't have to go through the front entrance. You have your own entrance, your own VIP. It's pretty dope, man. I think one of the Lopez brothers from the net. He was on the Nets. He has a house there.
It's dope, but that's just money.
Hell yeah, you already know.
$10 million for the land.
Damn. Damn.
$10
So
million.
I wonder how they taxes work out then. Now that we talk about this extra shit, because if y'all on their property and they not really paying taxes like that, are you paying taxes for your spot on Disney? Or is that included in that 10 million, which it should be?
They were just able to govern themselves, but Disney pay taxes though.
They were like the Disney was like a pseudo sovereign.
Sovereignty. Yeah.
But they had like their own kind of police, all that kind of shit. Like they was able to kind of like protect their establishment from more offending. You had cops, but
it's literally its own kingdom, the Magic Kingdom.
Literally. It's wild. Did they make a whole lot? Come on, think about it, man. Think about this shit. You got it, and when Disney bought, he bought the lands.
Yep.
For houses at first, right? He wanted to make a town of like a future kind of project, whatever.
What is it? The Tomorrowland or whatever?
Tomorrowland or some shit like that. Like
that's Epcot it is.
So it didn't work, so he decided to make the parks, but that land is his. Like that's bought land, right? Like you buy a house here in New York, you buy the house, you don't buy the land.
Right.
You own everything above the sidewalk. You know what I mean? So you never really own your home. Like if you stop paying your taxes, you lose your home.
Right.
So with Disney, they own the land.
I know Florida, you could buy your land and your home too. You could buy it at the same time.
I think so. I could ask my parents.
You can. Yeah, you definitely can.
I think we're the only ones that do that shit. Like people buy land. When you go anywhere else, you buy land and you buy the house that's on.
Yeah, and then you build it up after that.
Because I would hate, because that's why a lot of people can't retire in New York, is because you retire and you're not getting the same kind of income when you retire, and so like your taxes don't retire, right? Your house, your property taxes, you still have to pay the same shit. You don't get days off. You got to pay that property tax, and if you can't pay the property tax, you can't retire in that home. So you see a lot of like older folks move to like Florida because the property taxes, I think, are like non-existent.
Right.
Maybe
Florida, Phoenix, a bunch of places. Yeah, Virginia.
Yeah, so like it's hard. It's hard to fucking retire in New York City.
Yeah, I was definitely talking about my. I see myself moving out of New York. Yo, I don't see myself staying here.
Yeah, I don't know. I would love to move out, but I've been to Arizona. I love Arizona. I keep talking about that shit all the time. That's like when I went there, I had so much fun. I was like, I can live here. I could fucking live here.
I feel like if you say that, that's the place that you're meant to. I feel like people have places where they're meant to be, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like where you're born is where you're meant to be. I feel like everybody has a place where they're meant to be. Like some people, where they're born, that is the place they're meant to be. Like, let me flip that. So where you're born, so for some people, that is the place where you're meant to be, because you just feel, even if you go other places, you feel like, yo, there's nothing like my home place. Like, I love it. Like when I'm in Florida, I feel like I'm at my happiest. I feel like at peace. I'm at zen and stuff like that. Like I feel like Florida's where I'm supposed to be. You know what I mean? Versus like, and I've been to other states. I've been to Virginia. I've been to Pennsylvania, Jersey, Connecticut. I think I've been to one of the Carolinas before. I think North Carolina.
What it is?
But it's Florida. Something about Florida. When I'm in Florida, I feel like
it's your Caribbean blood, bro. That's what it is. It's weird because I'm not even of that type of descendant, but at the same time, I'm the same way as you. Like I'm not gonna say Florida and specifically, but like whenever I'm somewhere where I'm close to the beach and the water, that shit just calms my spirit and my soul so much. So
Christians, like, I hate the beach too.
I don't know. I love that shit, man. When going to Florida or DR, PR, wherever, like as long as I'm somewhere and I'm like in touch with nature or the water and the beach, like I'm good, bro. Like you said, it's just that calm, that feeling of home and relaxation.
And I it's a funny thing. I learned that from Will Smith. I was watching one of Will Smith YouTube videos, and he talks about like no matter where he's been in the world, he said Miami is like the one place where like he's like he feels at home, man. Like he said that he loves Miami. That's his place.
Yeah.
And I say, yo, everybody has a place. As it's true, everybody has a place, bro. Like,
yeah.
Like I feel like that's the place you're supposed to live. Like wherever you feel like you're at your best at, that's the place where you're meant to be.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. My camera mad blurry right now. What's going on?
You look fine to me. But then again, my glasses be dirty all the time. Let me clean the shit.
Shit, I took my shit off. I hate that glare, yo.
My shit's super blurry. Whatever. Show needs to go on. Yeah. So let's see here.
Yeah, you don't look bad to me. You look good.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I mean, we could get into the topics here. We could talk about Last of Us. Last of Us season 1 finale. Oh, you know what? Before that, yo, did you guys watch that slap shit on? I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the clips and shit. You know, Dana White started some new like fighting division and just slap.
Yeah, I don't watch that shit, bro. Like,
yo, he kind of took the idea from like back in the days. I remember we Smack TV, we had all that shit, but he made it more. Yo, the shit had me dying, bro, because these motherfuckers to sit there and get hit, right? And you can't even protect yourself. You sitting there just getting smacked.
Yeah.
And you getting smacked by these hands that like are straight handed hands. Bro, the dude got slapped so hard, got knocked out, got up, and was able to regain kind of like consciousness, right? And smacked the other dude and knocked them out and won. I never seen no shit like that in my life. Crazy.
Yeah,
anyway,
that shit is crazy. Though.
It is crazy, man. But yeah, I had fun with that. But yo, before we get into that, the Oscars.
Oh my
God. The debacle between Angela Bassett and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Come on, bro.
Yo, and it's crazy, right? It's crazy. Before you go crazy, when they say snub, right? That's like another word for saying you lost, right? Because snub
means
snub is like. Go ahead, Red. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say snub is like you were supposed to win that award and you lost to somebody less than.
Yep.
So it's like kind of putting down the person. It's putting down the person that beat you.
Yeah.
But letting them know that you were robbed. Like,
you got robbed.
Your award, but the person who won it was less than wasn't worthy of it.
I get that, but I thought snub meaning you didn't get nominated at all.
No.
Nah.
I think that's what it is. I think because saying that I think this person should win, that's like sounding like entitled, right? Like, oh, she's supposed to win this. I thought snub was like you didn't get recognition at all. You did an amazing job, but you didn't get no recognition at all. I thought that's what snub meant. Like you was not even on the category.
It could go for that too because of the fact that like
every person that lost got snubbed. Every category, every person that had that made they had the dopest performance, all got snubbed, right? That's what it sounds like. That's what it sets. It sets that tone. Because Brendan Fraser did a good job of Whale, but there was other people that did better than him.
No. So I used snubbed in the wrong. I had to be looking my snub means you didn't get no recognition at all for what the work you did. Robbed. Okay. So robbed is the more operative word to say. All right,
there we go. Yeah, I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, I get it. Angela Bassett did an amazing job at Black Panther, right?
Bro, I already knew she wasn't gonna win. I knew she wasn't gonna win for Black Panther, bro.
That's bullshit, bro.
Me personally, I didn't think Jamie Lee Curtis was gonna win. I thought it was gonna be Stephanie, the daughter.
It should have been a daughter.
She had an amazing performance. So I'm like, yeah, she got. If anything, she got robbed, right? Because it should have went for her.
I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis. I seen the movie. Her performance wasn't bad either. Jamie Lee Curtis' performance was really good too.
Yeah,
like,
she was. Yo, that whole shit was stacked.
Yeah, she had the emotional breakdown, and she had the conversation with Ming Na, not Ming Na Wen. I was about to say Ming Na Wen. Michelle Yeoh. Michelle Yeoh. Listen. Both of them are my hot Asians, man. They
nah, for real. I'm with you, bro. I'll give you a pass on that. Yo,
they be on my mind. But anyway, Michelle Yeoh, she gave the conversation with she had that deep conversation with Michelle Yeoh where she realized her purpose and like what she was supposed to do for her daughter, and like so they had it was. I understand why I think that's what she won the award for, that conversation at the end of the movie.
It was. I just don't agree with it, bro. Like I don't agree. Listen, like we've been talking, we go into horror and all of that. Like Jamie Lee Curtis is the scream queen, the last girl. Like I've loved that woman for True Lies and for my entire existence. Okay, so this is nothing against her. But just going upon what we said, you got a category with her. You got a category with the daughter that was in the same movie, in the same category, who I don't think she did better than. And then you have Angela Bassett as well. It's like, nah, bro, I can't rock with that decision at all.
Yeah, and what's crazy is like a lot of people have a lot of these opinions about Jamie Lee Curtis and her performance, right? But they've seen people haven't seen any of the movies. They only seen Black Panther, right? You haven't seen the other categories. So if you're gonna sit there and really like have an opinion, at least watch the other performances before you make that decision. Because because Angela Bassett did an amazing job, but like she only had like one impactful scene that was really impactful, right?
I give it 2.
Really
I give it 2. I give it 2.
I mean, for me,
the UN scene was dope too, bro.
It was dope, but it was not like Oscar worthy, bro. I'm talking about like Oscar worthy performance. The one where she was like, "I given everything my all." That was an Oscar performance. Like my hairs were like, "Oh man, I feel for her." The UN scene was dope too. Like it was like a I got you, but it was not like an Oscar.
But I feel like her performance was a unified Oscar performance throughout. That's the difference to what I'm saying. I feel like she had an Oscar worthy performance throughout the whole movie. You're picking out certain scenes. I'm saying it was Oscar worthy throughout her whole performance. And then if we compare it to the other movie, again, I give props to Jamie Lee Curtis, but again, if we talk about throughout the entire movie, it should have went to the daughter. The daughter's performance was outstanding throughout that entire movie.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, Angela Bassett had that one good moment. That was for me. That one good moment. She's an amazing actress. I don't think that she should have got the Oscar for this one. She should have got an Oscar way before all this shit.
Like I said,
she got snubbed before.
I knew Angela Bassett was gonna win for Black Panther.
It's a Marvel movie.
It's not because it's a Marvel movie. I just knew it wasn't gonna happen because that movie, everything, everywhere at once. I say, yo, there's no way she's beating that the people in that movie, bro. Like that movie is just on it's on a roll. It's on a tear, bro. It's like it's out of control, bro. Like the people they're racking up awards for that shit, bro. So I said, nah.
I hear you, and I believe the same thing.
And I said, there's no way.
Shit from the beginning.
Like,
you think she did better than Jamie Lee Curtis, though? You think Jamie Lee Curtis's performance was better than Angela Bassett in total in Black Panther?
I
mean, they're two separate roles, bro. You can't compare those two.
I was gonna say because like Jamie Lee Curtis' role as her supporting actress, like she was just meant to be the villain, like the pseudo villain, but at the same time, like she's not the villain. She's really just like a character that was trying to help you understand, like help the main character understand her way, her path, to understanding her daughter and stuff like that, and like her family and her husband, because she didn't understand the damage she was doing to her family. And I think Jamie Lee Curtis' character was placed there to like help that character get along her way to get her story. So, but Queen Ramona, on the other hand, even though she's a supporting character, she's not as supporting as Jamie Lee Curtis' character. Like I feel like she was more of a driving force of her own. Like she wasn't really supporting another character. She was doing her own thing in that movie. So you could have really argued that Angela Bassett could have got Best Actress.
Best Actress.
She could have been like one of the headlining stars of the movie because she was, to me, I feel like she didn't really support Shuri in this movie. I felt like she was doing her own thing, running Wakanda, and then Shuri was doing her own thing. She was doing her own thing, and other people were doing their own thing in that movie. I don't really think there was no support going on. In,
they really didn't compliment each other. They didn't compliment
each other.
Like they were like in their own separate kind of like lanes that were powerful, right? Like she was like pretty much like holding Wakanda down, while Letitia Wright's character is more like trying to figure herself out. They were like
So
even with her coming back to the end, that didn't connect it to y'all for y'all.
She came back to the end, but I mean, she said, "What she had one line: tell us who we are. Like, show them who we are. Like, that's not something that's gonna get you an Oscar. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I wasn't saying that particular line, but I'm saying as far as showing that she was actually a supporting character throughout Shuri's journey. As far as them coming back to hit that final button,
she did because they had the mother and daughter moment, right?
Can I argue like was she really supporting Shuri during her journey? She was holding her back. She didn't want Shuri to go anywhere.
No, but okay, I don't want to make this long, but like when she took her out before Namor popped up, right? She took her there to get her through the ceremony to try to help her get past what she felt was holding her back.
Yeah.
And so she was trying to help her move forward past that.
Yeah.
But you still think that she was holding.
But then as the story progressed, she turned into where her focus is protecting her people and her last remaining family member, where she started hindering Shuri from moving on her progress.
Yeah, like Wakanda Forever, like we have Letitia Wright as Black Panther, but like it's a multiple story movie. It's not just one person. Like it's you know, Shuri has an arc, Queen Ramonda has an arc, you know, this chick, what's her name?
Okoye, Nakia.
Okoye, they all
everybody had their own story.
It's kind of a linear kind of thing. So yeah, they had the whole connective tissue. But like between her and her mother, like it was like 3 minutes or 5 minutes of screen time, max. So it's not like a lot. I mean, there was support, but not Oscar-worthy support. You know, if you're gonna talk about like her winning an Oscar, she should have won an Oscar in 1993 when she did fucking, you know, What Love Got to Do with It, or fucking Malcolm X.
That's what she got robbed.
It's like
that's what she got robbed.
That's snubbed because I don't think she was even like put on the ballot.
She was nominated for it? Well,
I maybe she was. I don't think she wasn't. I don't think at that time, and they were not really nominating Black and brown people like that.
No, I think she did, but yeah, she didn't win though. I think she did get nominated back then.
Okay, I mean, she's gonna get. Trust me, there's a writer right now that's pissed off that she didn't win, and it's gonna be procuring or making a script so fucking impactful, and they're gonna give her that role. Because mind you, listen, Leonardo DiCaprio didn't get his first Oscar until like last year, the year before that. And that guy's been in movies that was like peak.
This is why I don't judge off the Oscars, because like when we start talking about shit like this, it's like I really can't. I have nothing to say, because it's like I have a problem with a lot of these people that won over certain people in certain movies and all of that, and so it's like I don't even judge off that.
You know what the problem with the Oscars is, bro? Like even with Leo losing, like the years that Leo lost, you couldn't not say that the person that beat him didn't deserve the award either.
Right.
And that's the thing with the Oscars. Like, it's hard. Like, you really can't say the person who won don't deserve the award that they won. Like, it's hard. It's a hard thing to say. You had sure there's somebody that you would have preferred to win over that person, but there's like that person. Did that person give you a bad performance? Did that person like did a bad movie? Did the movie bomb? Like no. So like even with Jamie Lee Curtis, we not agreeing with Jamie Lee Curtis winning the Oscar, but did she give you a bad performance? She did not. Like the movie didn't bomb.
This all circles back to the show that I watched, Swarm, right? Like you can't have multiple
Who's your
like, you just
favorite?
have that one person. And if you talk shit about that one person, I'm gonna kill you. That's what it is, bro. It's always gonna be divided, bro. It's always gonna have the group of people that's. I just hate the fact that people were like using like language like she was snubbed. Like she wasn't snubbed, she lost, and it sucks because
she got nominated
like,
for Best Actress in What's Love Got to Do with It?
Oh, that's good. That's back. That's. I mean,
yeah.
Her stock is always gonna be subpar. She's always gonna get, you know what I mean? She's Angela Bassett, bro. Something's gonna come good. Watch, something's gonna come. My man, if Short Round could get a fucking Oscar, bro.
See,
and his performance
that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like, that's undeniable. Like, this is the type of shit I'm talking about. It's like I was loving moments like that, where it's like my man finally had the cut. This is the comeback story, I think, of our generation. I don't think I'm wrong by saying that. Like, for me, this is I think this is the best comeback I've seen in my entire.
And he was worrying about like what's gonna happen after this movie, because mind you, that this movie was filmed 3 years ago.
Right.
And because of COVID, they kind of got everything got pushed back. So like, he got movies coming out now. He's being booked. He's being fucking booked.
I hope so. Cause me personally, being a nerdy kid, I ain't gonna lie, that was my favorite character from the Goonies, bro. Like that was my dude, Data, bro. So like just, and then going into Short Round with Indy, it's like, yo, I had a connection with that character, and then it's like, you know, with certain characters, you know, like Robert Downey Jr. too. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like I watched him and I liked him when he was younger too. And it's like, us being young, we don't know people got drug problems or whatever. So it's like, all of a sudden, I just don't see him in movies no more. It's like, what's going on? So it's like, for us to get older and start realizing shit, and it's like, my man comes back as Iron Man, like, that is epic for me. Like, you know what I'm saying, as a child in my childhood. So see him coming back, this is just another one of those moments for me.
And it's also like refreshing to see actors and actresses that are winning these awards, and they show like
that they care.
They care and they appreciate, and
it matters, right? Yeah,
it matters to them, right? Because the last couple of Oscars, like people get them and like act like, oh yeah, this is great, you know, like they take it for granted, right? And with these characters, like, you know, Brendan Fraser, right? You could tell, you could look at him and see there was trauma before this fucking movie, right? He looks like anxiety ridden, like he doesn't look confident like he used to. Like in the Mummy movies, he was confident, right? Like bulky and just he didn't stutter. Now he's like almost like breaking down, and he's almost like in shambles, and like you can see the trauma even with Key Kwan. He looks like
Kiwi Kwan.
Kwan, and you can see that the anxiety, there's trauma. Like he talks about it every single time. Like he didn't get booked, and he got overlooked, and for 30 years he's been looking for work, and he finally gets this opportunity, and his opportunity is fucking lucrative. He's being sought after, like, you know, and I know this is kind of like a departure what we're talking about. Like I know that Marvel and DC is trying to like lock in these like Oscar worthy fucking, you know, actors. Me personally, I'm like, can you stop? Because you're getting these Oscar worthy people, but you're not giving them Oscar worthy scripts to fucking give you that performance, right? You're giving them bullshit fucking lines, and you're wasting good people. So stop. Find no name actors, and they'll probably do a better job than you getting a fucking A-list celeb, right?
Or just find somebody that loves this material and loves these characters. that wants to embody these characters. It's like
you have Jonathan Majors, right? He runs circles around these lines because they're kiddie lines.
Yeah,
so he's running circles around this shit, looking amazing, right? Oh my god, Jonathan Majors. Because you know what? This is nothing. You look at it, you give him lines, you give him a fucking Dr. Seuss fucking script.
I'm gonna chomp that shit up.
he's gonna eat that shit up and make it better because the script is. You need to get some Oscar-worthy screenplay fucking, writers, right? Like these guys that's making these films and this dialogue and these stories, get those people. If you want to make better stories, get those people.
You know, I thought fell off, yo, because they took away Anthony Hopkins' Odin, yo. He didn't want to do it no more. But if you look at the old Thor movies, like Thor 1 and 2, the lines that Anthony Hopkins was delivering in those movies, bro. Like just to banish the scene where Thor gets banished alone, yo, with Anthony Hopkins, bro.
That's Oscar worthy, right
bro,
there, bro.
That's
Oscar worthy,
yo.
Bro.
My man was like
classical shit right there, bro.
My man said, "You're unworthy of these titles. You're unworthy." I'm like, oh my god, bro. Like you felt it, bro. Nah, man. Like
you're vain, cruel boy.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you get these actors, right? They're like, oh, we don't need the old actors anymore. Let's get rid of them. Like, you didn't need to kill Odin.
And then
he didn't want to do it no more. Like you said, like these things they ain't winning no Academy Awards. And Anthony Hopkins, that's Academy Award level actor right there, man. That's
like no challenge.
He's knighted. Sir Anthony Hopkins.
He did Odin for his kids, like his grandkids. His grandkids wanted to see him in a Marvel movie, so he did Odin. He did it for his grandkids. And he's, I'm done.
So, yo, Disney, Marvel, you guys listening? Up your writers. Up your writers. That's it. Give us better stories. And then compliment it with an Oscar-worthy actor. Then you get both for the same.
Did y'all hear about the interview with not Samuel L. Jackson, Lawrence Fishburne? I posted it or whatever. It's like, yo, bro, how you got Lawrence Fishburne not even remembering he's in the Marvel universe, but talking about he loves the Marvel universe, but don't even remember he was in the shit. It's like, at this point, it's like, yeah, you not giving these people nothing worth nothing. If this dude was in it, I still enjoyed his performance, but years later, this dude don't even remember that.
Oh shit, Lawrence Fishburne was in the Marvel universe?
Huh?
Yeah, he was Goliath. He was Ant-Man and Wasp.
Hold on, Goliath, bro. He was Goliath.
Yeah, he was in Ant-Man and the Wasp. He was Hank Pym's fucking. He was the dude that saved Ghost.
Wow.
But his character, he is the original Goliath, bro. Even though he didn't grow or nothing, but they talked about him and Hank doing the test back in the days. He was Goliath, but that's what I'm saying, bro.
I forgot.
It's cool you forgot, but he was in the shit. He forgot. Bro. That's what I'm saying. That's bad, bro.
Yeah, like they're getting like Mahershala Ali and shit like that. Like he's super involved in his script, and he's like, from what I read, he said they sent that script back 3 times. He's like, nah, rewrite this part, because he's very like, and he's like super like religious. Dude's a Muslim brother, and like there's certain things he don't do, like in movies he don't kiss any women. He doesn't do none of that shit. So like if there's a scene of him kissing a woman, he doesn't want. That's not what he wants to do. Like So yeah, hopefully this movie will get made. You know what I mean? Like I heard Black Knight got he's not in the movie anymore. He got cut. So
oh shit,
Black Knight.
Yeah. Jon Snow. Jon Snow.
Character.
Oh.
Yeah, the payoff at the end credits.
I forgot that movie was in the Marvel universe too.
This is what I'm saying, bro.
That nigga's in Turtles. That's right. He's in Turtles. Yeah.
They're just throwing everybody in there like, yo, you want to join? And at this point in time, like before these actors are going into these movies thinking like, all right, cool, like Endgame, Avengers 1, like these peak movies, like, oh, this is amazing. My kid's gonna love me. But now you seeing what's being like produced now is like, if you was to think about Avengers now, like who would be the Avengers? Who would be the head of the Avengers? Like, there's really nothing to show you who's a leader, right?
Did you see? Now you repeat me. That's the same shit I said last week or 2 weeks ago. You repeat exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said. And I said if Avengers came out today, who do you realistically believe is leading the Avengers?
Yeah,
like nobody. Not a damn person, bro.
Captain America.
So now you got all these actors that's coming into the Marvel universe pre-Tony Stark, and there's like a honey dick for them. They're like, this is bullshit. This is not what I thought it was gonna be. And no one's gonna go to fucking DC, right? Like, dude, I'm more DC film animation kind of dude versus Marvel.
Yeah.
But Marvel, I'm having more fun because there's a lot more content. But like, I really want DC to win, but they're making it hard for me to come on. As a DC dude, I didn't go to see Shazam day one. I'm like,
just bring. I don't know why they don't bring the fucking animation team or the heads of that department over and have them develop the universe. Like, it's that simple. It's that simple, bro. It's crazy.
It just sucks, man. Like,
you know, because a lot of times they don't allow the comic book writers either to like give input with the movies.
That's
another a lot thing. Of times when the comic book writers are trying to like give them like say, hey, we can help you write this together. Like, you know, we don't write movies, but we can help you flesh this together. Like some part, like I don't understand why they turn them away. Like why they turn comic book writers away. Oh, you don't know how to write no movie.
Or better yet, just grab a comic book, open it, read it.
Yeah.
Make an adaptation.
It's right
all
there.
You have to do, bro.
It's right there. It's storyboarding for you and all of that.
It's whether or not you want to go with this actor or that actor. The source material is there. If you want to go with Elseworld or this world, bro, it's right there. And I think that's what James Gunn is trying to sell us. Like he's selling us comics. Like, hey, Superman Legacy. You know, like these are comics now, right? We're looking at comics to reference because Marvel, you can't really reference a comic, right? These are like loosely adapted comics.
Yeah,
like they just take elements,
loosely based on.
It's loosely. I'm talking about like loose change.
Yeah.
The closest thing you could say they did to like a comic book story was Civil War, but even then, that was like still a huge like. It was a huge step away from what the actual story was.
Yeah.
It was a Civil War light. That's what it was. Civil War light.
I wouldn't even call
it a Civil War. I call it a civil squabble. Like,
it was. But that's what I'm saying. It's like they do this. It's like you go find a comic book fan, right, that hasn't read comics in a minute, right? And it's like, yo, you read Civil War in the past? It's like, yeah, I read that shit. What was it about? It's like, yeah, I remember Iron Man was squabbling against Captain America for some reason. Oh, all right, cool. And they just take that, and that's what they build the movie around. Like, that's what it seems like they're doing with these movies. Like, you remember what this was about? That? Okay. And then we just take the rest and run with it. Like,
the only thing.
Go ahead.
Yeah. The only thing they're adapting is like money shots. Like,
yeah.
Like a thing that would happen.
Yeah.
Like you see, like, you know, Winter Soldier hitting the shield, like that came from a comic, and the shit was like,
iconic moments. Yeah,
it's iconic moments, but like as far as like stories, like it's very loose, very loose. Anyways,
very super loose,
like super loose. Even go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think the best like close to comic book story that Marvel ever did was the actual Thor, the first movie, when they with the banishment and like him being human for a while, and like that was the best closest adaptation to a comic book story they did. Like other than that,
and I hated that movie, right? But you're right.
Yeah,
it was you know what I mean? It wasn't my cup of tea, but it was out of the comics, like the whole entire, like you said, banishment. That was accurate.
Iron Man was pretty close too. Iron Man's origin story was pretty close.
Yeah, if you think about it right now, as you like backdating all these fucking movies that came out, like What is
Phase
cosplay?
1. Phase 1 was probably the closest, and then they just
all these movies are cosplay. They're cosplaying. They're cosplaying the fucking comics. All these movies that's coming out, they're all cosplaying. They're all cosplay, bro. There's nothing real. It's all bullshit, bro. Like, but yeah, man. Oh, before we go into this topics, man, I saw Cocaine Bear. Okay, I thought I was gonna hate this movie. It was really fucking good.
I don't want to hear about it. I gotta watch it still.
No, I won't tell you. No, it's as funny as I thought. Like I thought it was gonna be. I was like,
bro. I know it. I know it's hilarious, bro. That's why I have to go see it. I already bought my tickets for Sunday, bro. It's in there. It's locked.
Oh,
locked
it came out on digital on Friday, and so I was able to see it on digital. But like it's good. It's good. It's a good watch. It's a really good watch. So yeah, man, going to
watch it digital. Watch it at home.
Yeah, you can probably rent it for like $3.
Yeah, you could rent it. Yeah.
Nah, they don't give it to me for $3. I wasn't to theaters. They're gonna want $20 for that shit.
To rent?
I think it was like I saw it because I saw it when I came home too. It was like I think $3.99 on Prime, I believe, in $19.99 to buy it.
Yeah,
I believe that's what I seen.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good watch. It was a good watch. I'll recommend if it's $3, bro, watch it. It's
Man,
good.
I spent $45 to watch that shit.
I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna check it. If it's not $3 and it says $20, I'm coming to your house and I'm sticking in every part of your house that you never thought of.
Oh man. So yeah, man. Going into The Last of Us, man, the season finale. Like Red said, Red brought it up in the very beginning of the show, man. Like it was straight up adaptation to the game, shot for shot of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So before you go into it, can I ask a question? Because like y'all said, it was shot for shot, right? I haven't played it in a minute, so I thought I was bugging, right? The part when the giraffe comes in and that whole, wonderment Jurassic Park moment comes in, that wasn't at the college before the cannibal shit happened? Wasn't that up at the college when that happened?
I believe so. You know what? I thought about that shit too. I'm like that. I thought that happened when Joel got stabbed. It was at that time.
It happened. It happened after the cannibal story.
Yeah, that the story blends. It meshes. Like it's been so long since I played the game.
Right. That happened literally after the cannibal shit because Ellie was like being distanced the whole way back. That's why Joel started like saying, "Oh, I could teach you guitar. You want to learn the guitar?" And she was like, "Yeah," like because she's being distant and stuff. So then when that whole giraffe thing happened, it broke her out of her shell, and that's why that became like a big moment because he saw that she was back to her old self, so he did it where like. In the game, they were petting the giraffe, and then in this one, he made it where she could feed the giraffe.
Yeah, but I thought like because that whole moment on the inside with the ladder and all that shit, I could have swore that shit happened way earlier in the game. That's why I thought I was bugging. Like I was expecting, like honestly, when they ran into the monkeys, I was telling my son, I didn't tell my son, but I was waiting for the giraffes to happen. And then when it didn't happen, I was like, "Oh, I guess they cut that part out." Like I really thought that happened. That happened when they was at the college.
Nah, the giraffes were later. It was right before they went to the hospital.
I was dying when online people were talking about how bad the CGI was how bad the giraffe CGI was. I'm like, "Yo, bro." It was a real giraffe. It wasn't a CG. It was a real giraffe.
Y'all are stupid, man.
I can't stand people, bro. Like, this is what I complain about everything, bro. Like, the giraffe really stuck his tongue out and ate that fucking leaves, bro. Like, come on, man.
No, that shit fake, bro. That shit is whack,
we live in a society where people just don't know what's real. Like they just live on the internet, right? Like, bro, they don't know like what a real giraffe looks like. And at first, I was like, I ain't gonna hold you. At first, I'm like, that can't. It looks like a really good giraffe. It looked like CG. It looked like a really good CG. I didn't think it was a real giraffe. But
That's
I was
what
not
I thought.
complaining. But then when they said it was a real giraffe, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. That's why it looks so good. It was a real giraffe.
Right.
I mean, you could use
Like,
them
I've
as
seen
a giraffe.
giraffe, bro.
They're not like really wild. They're not the crazy wild. So they're more peaceful. So yeah. I can see using a real giraffe in that scene or whatever like that.
Yeah, they could get the budget right. You know what I mean? And the funny thing is, everything else was fake around the giraffe.
Exactly.
No one
and that's probably what people were talking about, because I noticed that a little bit. But again, I never complained about the giraffe. I'm like, something's off, but I didn't complain about it. But that's what
there was a lot more.
It was just a blending.
This episode was amazing, but you could tell a lot of it was green screen, right? And you know, from the last couple episodes, everything has been like cinematic and scenery and looks like they're really there.
Yeah,
this one felt like it was a little off.
I could saw it in the background horizon now. So they stand in front of a screen. I could tell they were standing in front of a screen.
But you could tell like they was really trying to like wrap this up. It was like let's wrap this up.
It was wrap it up,
team like that. Yeah.
They had to do pop out. Yo, wrap it up.
I just wanted to see how they was gonna execute the whole Joel like going straight berserker, and they did that shit well, dude. Like I was like, holy shit! Like he didn't get shot once. My man was getting stabbed, like just fighting two people. My man took out the whole entire Fireflies, bro, before getting shot.
He had purpose this time.
Yeah, definitely.
He was
like, yeah, she has.
I wasn't
like,
even thinking about him going psycho. My whole thing was like, we finally got the game. My man killed him. My son is like, pick up the gun. He picked it up. I'm like, yeah, we in game mode now. It was like they had the muffled sound to it. The sound design was dope. And like every time he killed somebody, he picked up their gun. I was like, nah, we finally got the game in the final episode. Like this
even
shit is
he showed no remorse. Like the guy was like,
at all.
He was like this, like, don't shoot me. He was like, pow. He was like,
I ain't got time. I ain't got time for this shit.
She was like, Joe, don't worry, I won't. He's like, nah, you keep coming for her. Pow.
Bro,
I was like, holy
that
shit.
I ain't gonna lie. That's the one moment that got me. I'm like, not Marlene, nigga. Like, damn.
Bro. You looked at it. Nah, you just come after us. Boom. Woo.
I'm like, she not gonna. I'm like, not her, bro.
Yes, she would.
Hell yeah.
I mean, she would.
She definitely.
I mean, yeah, she would. I'm just saying, like, fuck, man. Damn.
And, I'm sorry. We kind of like glossed over the fact that the whole theory of her, how she got infected, was right. Like it was
what I said, right? Ooh,
it's like she got bit. Her mother got bit during the pregnancy. She was giving birth, so it was like, mind you, it was never explained in the game, but we just kind of like thought maybe that's what happened, but we just didn't know.
Infected. Yep.
So she was already infected. She had the cordyceps. But the cordyceps worked in reverse, so it'll push out whatever cordyceps that's trying to enter. So it's like it's a kind of like a mechanism, like a defense mechanism, which I thought was crazy.
Like, hey, this is my body. I got it already. I got it.
Yeah,
I got it.
My shit. Back off. I respect all of that, but I'm not gonna lie. Me personally, because we theorized all that, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's right. You were right, but then I'm not gonna lie. How quick it happened, and then how quick she gave birth. That seeing it and how quick it happened, that took me out of it, because I'm like, now I'm analyzing it in the situation. Like, how the fuck did that happen so fast? There's no way for it to happen that fast.
You really want to sit down and have a true birth love theme, bro? We got
I didn't. I didn't. I'm just saying. What I'm saying is the fact that we theorized it, we were right, so we knew enough. I'm just saying, personally, I'm just being honest. Seeing it happen and watching it, me and my son are both like, nah, that happened mad quick. And then she just gave birth. It's like it didn't even have time to really settle in the baby's system for it to really be like, okay, she's immune. Like, I'm just saying, I'm not nitpicking. I'm not saying that fucked up the episode for me.
Well,
none of that. I'm just pointing that out. I definitely had a problem, and it took me out. Like, nah, that happened kind of fast.
She was bit on the thigh,
right?
And I saw. This is one of the few times when I actually seen when the fucking shit bit on the thigh.
I had to rewind it, but
I seen the head go to the thigh and it bit her. So I actually see this one, because I was talking about in these movies and shit, that person get bit and you never see how they got bit.
Yeah.
Like, yo, how did they got bit there when they was fighting? They was holding the guy like this the whole time. But this one, you actually seen her get bit on the thigh, but she was still fighting and wrestling with her. I guess with that amount of time. I mean, blood. That umbilical cord is connected, man. So whatever's in your blood is in that baby's blood now, whatever. So
and isn't the buffer time 15 minutes, or is it like it's? I thought it was like 15 minutes.
And this is what I'm saying. I started thinking about that because I'm like, if you get caught in the ankle, it was like what 48 to 72 or something like that. So I'm just like, okay, so let's move it up to the thigh. That's probably about half of that. So that's about 24 hours. But even within 24 hours, for you getting bit in the thigh and then you giving birth as quickly as she did, again, I'm not trying to argue it. I'm not trying to go into the semantics. I'm just saying, in my brain and watching it, that didn't make sense for me. Even though we theorized that's how it would go, but for them playing it out the way they did, I'm like, that happened mad fast. That didn't make sense to me. But I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm just putting that out.
I mean, you are complaining about it, but
no, I mean, bro, we on the podcast. We're talking about our thoughts and watching this shit. So I'm just throwing it out.
I'm not gonna complain about it after I just complain about it.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying this is a thought that I had. I'm not complaining. I'm just verbalizing a thought and how it really didn't make sense to me in the aspect of how it was playing out as quick as it happened. But other than that, it didn't stop me and be like, "Oh, the rest of the show is bullshit." No, none of that.
I see where you're coming from, but I'm just thinking maybe just to push things along, not have us like sitting there like waiting, waiting the actual amount of time and stuff. They just they rush through it. They're like, okay, she get bit, baby's born, cut the umbilical cord, yada yada yada. Lie and say, I was bit after the baby was born and I cut the cord already, whatever. Lie, tell a lie, whatever. You just rush through it. Just rush through it. Even though we know it takes a while longer for all this stuff to go down, yo.
So that's my only thought is that maybe if they would have, when it attacked her, maybe if they would have cut to black before she stabbed it and all that, and then opened the cut back from when Marlene bust in and then seen her at that moment, I was thinking maybe if we would have did it like that and cut and jumped all of that extra stuff, maybe that would have been better for me to satisfy that immediate feeling. But at the same time, going back into it, which is why I'm saying I'm not complaining, going back into it, the other stuff that we got as far as her and, us as far as being fans and knowing that that's the actress that actually played Ellie. So seeing the actress that was Ellie actually have a moment with the baby that's Ellie in the show, for us, that's a moment that I wouldn't want to skip. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm like, maybe we shouldn't and maybe we should have. So I'm just going back and forth of how I felt in the moment of watching it. But again, this is why I'm saying I'm not complaining, because we also got something that was another beautiful moment that I felt. That is something that we didn't get in the game. So I'm appreciative for it. So that's why I'm not complaining.
Yo, I was thinking about this shit. I'm like, it would have been dope, right? If they would have held off on her giving birth, only giving birth when Marlene came in. Like she's giving birth, but Marlene is like realizing she got bit, and she's giving birth, and she's like kind of like hesitant, like should I kill them both? Yeah. And her giving birth and then changing and turning. I was like, oh, that would have been dope. But then you would have lost the whole aspect of her bonding with her baby.
They would have killed the baby. They would have killed the baby.
Yeah, they would have killed the baby. But that would have been like a very stressful, like Marlene making a decision whether or not to keep her and to see what would happen. Like, see the miracle like from there. Like, oh shit, she didn't turn.
Yeah. And it turns out to be like a whole Monday morning quarterback situation type of shit. So that's why I'm saying I'm not complaining. I'm just verbalizing how I actually felt during the episode. Because we going back and forth. And I'm sure they were like this in the writer's room when they were coming up with this entire thing. You know what I'm saying? And this season has been wonderful and beautiful to me. So again, I'm not complaining. It was just a little nitpick that I felt in the moment.
To be honest, man, they the folks that wrote Uncharted or made the movie, they could have just let this come out first.
Yep.
And then maybe made this Uncharted a show versus a movie, and not have Tom Holland as Nathan Drake. Yo, I'm replaying the game now. There was like a special to upgrade the PS4 version to PS5 at like $10, and it like changes the whole entire like look of the game, even the gameplay. So I'm replaying the last game, the Thieves.
I still gotta play that game.
And the game is epic, bro, and it's epic. And I'm like, I wish the movie would have started off at this point in time of his life. Like the fourth movie should have been the movie of him because it kind of explains his upbringing, everything. That kind of goes back in time, his brother and everything. That could have been perfect. That could have been a perfect movie to start with or show. Anyways, so Last of Us, man, great, loved it. Do I give it a 5? No, probably a 4.5. 4.5. I'll give it a 4.5 because you know what is at the same time, like it went quick.
Yeah,
and I know they were trying to like really get through it, but like I felt like it was really, really quick, and it was like, all right, cool.
I was sorry, go ahead, finish your
but 4.5 is that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a great show. I think overall, because I know we at the end of the season we kind of give an overall number, and my overall number stays at a 5.
Yeah,
so it's a 4.5. But the overall season itself as a whole is a 5 for me. So
are you disappointed with the finale? Is the question?
No, not at all.
Good.
No.
Good. All right.
I'm glad they didn't do the whole oh shit moment where all right, it's gonna set up the second season. I thought that was gonna happen. I'm glad they didn't, because then you'd be locked into a specific character and an actor. So now they kind of like, even if the show was to go away and not make a season 2, this could stand on its own as a one-off.
They kind of left us with connective theory though, for everybody that knows though, right?
What are you talking about?
As far as him coming in there and murking the doctors and all that, right?
Spill it. We don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I didn't play the second game, but I've heard about what goes on. The doctor doesn't have a connection to what goes on with Abby in the second game.
Oh yeah. But that's Abby's father.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh no. I mean,
once you kill the doctor, people who know the game, well, they know the game. Once the doctor dies, they already know what's to come after that whole thing happens. Because
I mean, in the first one, they didn't allude to anything, right? The doctor was just a regular person.
Yeah,
there was no Abby. They added that in the second game. Right. I get what you're saying, but
so they basically did it the same way. Whereas if you don't know what's going on, they kind of zoomed in on it to let you know they lingered a minute. But other than that, there's nothing that really tells you like that means anything. You know what I'm saying?
No. For a casual watch, for them, they don't know what the hell's going on.
Right. So I think it was still done well as far as how they lingered that little moment to give that connective tissue. That's what I was talking about as far as the connective tissue.
I'm like, is there something else that I fucking missed? I'm
thinking, I was just talking about that. You know, lingering without spoiling what's coming forward. You know what I'm saying?
But this also proved my argument, or what I said, that the doctor did too much. That's why he got murked. Because he's over here grabbing a scalpel, talking about, "Oh, I'm not gonna let you take the body." Like, that's why you got clipped. The nurses was like, "I ain't getting shot over this bitch. Hey, you can have her." You know? They all hooked her. They gave her right up, yo. The nurses are still alive.
In my head, I was like, he should have just killed the nurses too.
Yeah,
the nurse is the one that fucking told Abby. But I guess he saw some remorse.
Everybody, I think everybody at that point, they're gonna know Joe Miller. Even if he killed everybody, they're gonna know Joe Miller did it, yo.
Yep.
Well, all the remaining firefighters would have known Joe did it. It was Joe, because he's the one that was supposed to deliver her to there, so they would have known.
Yeah, I mean,
there was no way from out of it. There was no way from out of it. There was no way for him to get out of him being implicated in that situation.
Unless he would have left Marlene alive, but
Marlene would have just went after him. She's a horrible friend. If I trust the life of my child to you, and the moment you find out my child is immune, you want to just cut her open and you brainwash my child to go be along with this too, so you can just cut her open for your.
And after, bro, it's the world. It's humanity against one person. Right?
And after the fact that she promised the mother that she's
take care of her.
Yeah. And mind you, she may have the cure, but the procedure may not work. So you may kill her, and the antidote doesn't work, right? Because they just going based on the theory. So it's like, oh, there's a 50-50 chance it works. Like, what do you? So she's gonna die regardless of the fact.
I mean, with progression in science, nothing is 100% until you try. So it's like, and this is me just playing devil's advocate. It's like that's our only chance as far as humanity, saying our. That's our only chance.
The funny thing is, you say you didn't play part 2, but they had the same conversation in part 2 on the reverse end. And then Marlene asked the doctor if it was Abby, would you do it? And he
said no.
Hell, he said no. He said no.
That's good writing though. So that gets you still to be with Joel.
Even though Abby was like, if it was me, I would want you to do the operation. That's what Abby said.
I mean, it's pretty much the same story on both sides then, honestly.
Yeah. That's what I mean, the story was not I didn't mind the game part 2.
Yeah.
Because it kind of gives you a separate avenue on how this person feels and her revenge story. So, you know what I mean? Like, she was tight. You know what I mean? Like, you killed my pops. Like, you left me. I was an orphan. I had to live my life like rough and with these fireflies and shit.
And we're not playing the second game. Like I was thinking about it a minute ago when Red said like the doctor was doing too much. I'm thinking about it like, all right, let's say we started this series off with the doctor, right? And we followed the doctor throughout his whole travels and shit, whatever, through the fireflies. And then we finally get to this point hearing that there's a child that, all right, so we might be able to come up with some type of vaccine or whatever to cure everybody, cure humanity. And then it finally happens, and then the child is there, and then some random maniac comes in and talk about, nah, get out of here. It's like, yeah, you gonna stand up at that point, like, nah, I'm not gonna let that happen to the girl, because in your story, with you being the main character in that scenario, like, yeah, your whole life has led up to this point of your only mission being to solve this problem. So that's the one thing I like about this game and this show and the narrative. It's like, it's just real life. It's humanity on so many.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about somebody having to die over something that might not work. Like it's not like you're taking blood from the person and like they're still going to be alive. Like, and you run tests. Like, you're killing this person for a chance, a slim chance that is a cure.
That's the only slim chance that they have in the reality that they live in, though.
That's
so when you take it into account in that aspect,
that's still unacceptable to me, bro. Like,
I mean, you say it's unacceptable, but is it unacceptable from our standpoint of living in this lavish life that we have in 2023? Or is it acceptable in a post-apocalyptic society where there is no chance of ever getting past this shit until this slim chance of this girl comes around? That is the only hope.
But that's like, you know, it's almost like if you're gonna go and get elective surgery, right? Like a surgery you don't need, but the doctor telling you, like, hey, listen, but you taking this surgery, you got a 95% chance of dying. Only that 5% you make to live. Imagine this is an elective surgery. This is like
that's what I was about to say. But by you saying it's elective is giving you a choice. It's like I wouldn't consider this elective because this is something that the world needs. No,
but she wasn't given the right or knowledge that she's going to die from this.
Right. Okay, I got you.
She's thinking all the blood is going to be taken from her or something like that. Like,
I got you. Okay.
You didn't give it a choice. Yeah,
I got you.
Say,
My fault. Right. Continue. All right, go ahead.
So like, that's why I said it's kind of like unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a chance. It's a chance. It's not even like guaranteed this shit will work.
Right.
You don't know for a fact that shit's gonna work. That's the whole person's life that's ended off of that shit. Like, you really want to build immunity? Like, her kids is immunity. Her kids would have been immunity if she would have had kids in the future. Her kids would have had the cordyceps in them already, and that's how you build a new society of people of being immune. She's the building block for future immunity.
That's kind of slow.
It's slow, but it's the way it is. The way it is.
That's a thing. That's generational shit right there.
Yeah, that's some slow shit, bro. Like, I'm not
people
even
say
funny.
you saying so
I'm
shit,
really
but what did
trying
you
to
have
a
before?
conversation. Like, if we looking at it overall, that's some slow progress right there.
What do you have? What did you have before?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Which is why I'm saying again. This is a scenario where, yeah, people might want to believe that this is the only chance they have, as opposed to, all right. And then hold on, you talking about like her kids, right? Let's go back into the storytelling aspect of it. She don't even fuck with dudes. So what are we really talking about right now?
That's a fucking waste. That's the only waste part about it. I agree. That's the wasteful part about it. That she's a lesbian.
So this is what I'm saying. Like, it's like there is no future, bro. There is none. So again, I feel like they had to do this for a reason, because this brings up very interesting talking point. The fact that she's not gonna have any seeds naturally. So is this the proper decision to make? Yes or no?
Well, I mean, do we know she really don't mess with dudes? I mean, she's probably scared off of the shit now since the cannibal nigga.
I mean,
she's been around girls her whole life.
Exactly. The fact that her first love was a woman, and then the first.
But that's what. Remember, she grew up around girls.
Shit. Yeah, I don't see it happening, bro.
She grew up around girls. Like, okay, it's like Wonder Woman theory. Like,
yeah,
Wonder Woman was born at Themyscira. She grew up around women, but she's not a lesbian. She's not a lesbian, a full-on lesbian. She's bisexual. Right. Mm-hmm. So we didn't get the chance to see that with Ellie.
But we did though, because she did show her affection.
Bro, she grew up around girls.
The whole school was girls?
When she was in the federal shit, that was all females.
It was? Okay. Yeah. I didn't notice that, but all right.
The federal shit was all females, so like
okay.
She didn't really get to experience being around guys and stuff like that. And then this cannibal nigga probably done messed that whole shit up with him being a pervy and all that shit.
I didn't even realize that, bro. I saw her like beefing with the chick, but I really didn't even pay attention.
It was all girls. There was all girls running the soldier shit.
Okay, wow. That's wild. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but that kind of even plays more into my point. Like, she probably not gonna end up fucking with niggas. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, this is a wild scenario, bro. This show is crazy, bro.
I mean, the only way I could probably see it is like people trying to like take her blood, like before they're infected, and seeing if they can get cordyceps in them through that way. Not like when she tried to do with this kid when he was already bitten, and then she tried to take the blood and mix it in.
Well, actually apply some science to it.
But yeah, like maybe like her blood infused with other people's blood might give them like her kind of infection. Because I mean, she's infected, but she's infected in a different way. But like,
right.
And maybe I think that's maybe the possible way of them probably getting a cure that way or something like that. I don't know. I'm just thankful that shit's not even real close to happening. Because I don't think I could do with that kind of zombie apocalypse. I would give it old fashioned zombies. I just gotta worry about that.
Keep on fucking around with this fucking permafrost and digging up fucking these fucking ancient fucking viruses. Stop. Leave the permafrost shit alone, man. Stop digging shit up. These white people, bro, they need to stop.
Yo, they digging up mummies and opening sarcophaguses.
Listen, I could survive a Dawn of the Dead type zombie. I could survive, but if it's like World War Z zombies, bro, I ain't got the cardio for that shit.
You do understand, like someone that dies from tuberculosis, right? You bury them; they could be buried for 10 years. You could dig out the body. You could still get tuberculosis from a corpse. Think about the shit that's in the permafrost. Leave it alone. Leave it alone, bro. These motherfuckers, man. And this COVID shit, when this shit got like, whatever happened, how I got loose. I don't want to get into the whole crazy shit. But like, just imagine like the stuff that they have secured.
Bro,
the shit that they have secured.
It was China. I'm sorry. China, I love you, but it was y'all. It was y'all. Everything, all arrows point to y'all, bro. Like, y'all leaked this shit out by accident.
China, I love y'all, but it was out.
It was, bro. It was.
It was a lab. It was a lab, right? It was a lab in Wuhan.
It was a lab in China.
Yeah,
it was a lab. They leaked it. They leaked it out by accident.
subsidized by your boy Bill Gates. But
think about it, right? Like the shit that released, right? Like COVID released, right? Think about the shit that's worse than COVID that is secure. Like there's probably other shit that's like wild crazy. I don't even know why what that virus was even made. What's the point of making that?
Have y'all ever seen this video? I saw it a while ago, and it's not something that I see a lot, but I seen it years back. And it was like a congressional, like Senate meeting or whatever. And there was some dude that was basically requesting funds for programs. And he's just speaking. He's like, yeah, we need this much for like such and such redacted gets out and whatever. And then we need money for this in case this airborne substance redacted and then gets out or whatever. Like he's just talking about shit that sounds like they talk about giants and diseases that they got, like all types of wild shit, zombies. Like if you start to apply your actual faculties to figuring out and filling in the blanks of what this dude is talking about, it's like, what the fuck is going on with the government that y'all asking money for this type of shit? That y'all in the Senate hearing and y'all still talking about redacted, where we not telling y'all what the fuck we asking for this money. Like, yo, bro, it's some wild shit. Yeah, play the music.
This is what we go left.
So before
we're talking about scores.
I see you about to go left, so I'm gonna say I'm giving a 5.
No, I'm not going left. I'm done. I was just asking if y'all ever seen that video.
Nah, I haven't seen it.
I'm gonna send it to y'all. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna send it to y'all. But yeah, I'm not going left. I ain't going.
We're gonna go left because I'm gonna talk about some shit, bro. There's a lot of shit that's out there that we think we by ourselves. We not by ourselves, bro. Like,
oh, you talking about the aliens?
Bro, I even aliens. Like, I'm talking about aliens. I'm talking about demons. I'm talking about angels. I'm talking about giants. Like giants, bro. If people pay attention, the Bible talks about giants. It's called the Book of Enoch. They took it out the Bible, bro. They took it out the Bible, bro. The Book of Enoch talk about how there were giants. Bro, I'm dead serious, bro. Like, yo,
I know. I've been talking about this shit. My wife gets tight. I'm like, yo, you know about the giants that helped out the folks out in Egypt making these pyramids? Yeah. And she was like, stop. There's no giants. I'm like, bro, there's giants.
How do you think those pyramids were built, bro? There's no way no man lifted that shit with a rope on their back.
What was the first kind of? What was the first people? Was the Aka
Anunnaki?
Bro,
yeah.
and then you had the people who were angel and human mix, and they had to get wiped out because they were too powerful to be on this earth, bro. It's crazy.
Which is where the stories of the Titans come from.
It's crazy, bro. Like people think there's a lot of shit like that's being hidden from us that we got. Like, we're not by ourselves, not by a long shot, bro.
You're not alone.
We're not alone.
We're
not alone.
No,
and I think
not alone.
I low key think like areas where people like flat out disappear, planes disappear, ships disappear.
Bermuda Triangle.
Those are the places that like the people from the Book of Enoch are still living, and you end there, you're gonna end up missing, bro. Like, yo, I'm dead serious, bro. Like, yo,
no, I believe you, bro. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you because I believe it, bro. I'm with you.
Yo,
I'm telling you, bro. Like with the whole listen, I think that our generation, we witness a lot of shit that we shouldn't be witnessing, right? Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if our generation witnessed fucking aliens coming down talking about like
we here. What's up? You're
I think it's coming up. I think it's coming soon, bro. We getting a lot of these unidentified flying objects now coming around.
Listen. You know what?
These transmissions that's coming through that for nobody knows where it's coming from.
Bro, let the asteroid hit this planet. This planet needs to reset. We need to reset, bro. We need to
mean, bro? As long as I can get out of here. Yeah,
this media don't care about pronouns or nothing.
Word.
It's gonna hit everyone. That's the pronoun. Everyone.
Everybody. What's your pronoun, Mr. Media? Everybody. Everybody.
Everyone.
Everyone, bro. But to put the Zod.
Word
That
up.
was Zod.
I was about to say that in a minute. You gotta throw that cut in
That
the
was
next edit, man.
the
You are
professional.
not
The
alone.
professional. That was professional. That was Gary Oldman. Everybody. He was scoped out,
Spit
bro.
fly from his mouth. Everybody.
He was cooked up.
Yo.
Oh man.
No, man, I'm telling you, man, that this Earth needs a reset, bro.
Right.
It needs something, man. This shit getting crazy.
Bro, did you hear about the shit in Oklahoma?
What happened?
What shit in Oklahoma?
Bro.
Which one?
Wait, are we still on this time? Are we still on this time?
Mark it.
Black guy in Oklahoma, right? So I follow. I do a little true crime stuff, so I follow little crime stories. And
Oh,
yeah. So there's a black guy in Oklahoma, right? Had a white female neighbor. He goes, killed his neighbors. Stabs her multiple times, cuts out her heart. Then he takes the heart over to his uncle and aunt's house, where he cooks it into a meal, prepares it for the family, and serves it to them. Saying he's releasing the demons from the heart. Then after they all consume the heart, the family they consume the heart, he stabs the uncle multiple times, kills his daughter, his 4-year-old daughter, and stabs his aunt in the eye, both eyes. And then he hands himself over to authorities to get locked up, bro. So they gave that motherfucker life in prison, which he should have gotten.
For what purpose, though? What was the purpose, though?
The demons, releasing the demons in people.
That sounds crazy, because I was just talking about the movie I was watching, The Ritual Killing. It's about that. It's about like this dude. He's out from Africa, and he's killing people, and he's taking their hearts out and eating the hearts and eating the eyes to release these demons. Bro, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Bro,
that movie sucked. But that's what it's about.
Bro, that shit's crazy, bro. That shit's crazy. Yo, they found the one of the granddaughters of the couple that he murdered, that his aunt and uncle, their great granddaughter. They were like, "Yo, you're not a family member to me. You're a piece of shit. Yo, I hope you rot in prison." Yada yada yada. And he said, "We don't want to see you crying over there, save your bullshit tears and stuff." So even the aunt, like he stabbed in the eyes, she lived. She's only blind in one eye. The other eye made it. The other eye survived, but she's blind in one eye. And she's like, yo, she said, "You're my nephew," and she said, "I don't love you, but I don't hate you either because you're my nephew," or some shit. I'm like, nah, bro. That hate would have been strong in my heart, bro. You stabbed me in both my eyes. You try to blind me, bro. Like, yo, nah, bro. Like, you try to X my whole vision, my vision life, yo. Like, nah, bro. I got to see you on site. It's on site every time I see you, bro.
Nah, I feel word.
But Oklahoma, bro. Yeah, this is the. Y'all normally off the radar, Oklahoma, but yo, he put you on the map in this one, bro. I thought when I first saw it, I thought it was a Florida story. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I said this is some
Florida man.
I said this is some in the swamps of Florida type story right here. But nah, bro, it was definitely it was Oklahoma. I was like, sure, this is crazy.
Going left, baby. We going left.
Yep, going left.
So well, that was a good one. So Red, you gave this episode 5. What about your overall?
My overall is a 5. I loved every episode except for the gay one.
See, that's what makes you right as well. See, you say you all the way left, but you're right. That's a right comment right there, bro.
Bro, the reason why is because I'm not against gay love. I just don't want to see it. I just don't want to see it. My man Ron DeSantis over here. Oh, no. The panel. Yo, this shit coming out all wrong, right? Nah, that's not how I meant it, right? I mean,
because
I'm not saying
no
that.
way you can make it sound right, bro. There's no way.
Bro, I just don't want to see two dudes smashing, bro. That's all it is, bro. Like,
I feel you.
That's all it is, bro. It's not my cup of tea. That's all I'm saying.
All right. You are entitled for your opinion.
I'm not against gay love. You do y'all have fun. Rock out. It's just not my cup of tea.
Rock out. You're both cocks out. Yeah.
Rock out with the cocks out. Word.
Have a Brokeback Mountain orgy that y'all want to have and all that stuff, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, we getting demonetized, bro. We're never gonna make this 1K.
I'm sorry.
Nah.
Because we all
feed into this shit.
We're gonna have to come up with a Patreon soon.
Yo, for real, with some subscriptions and shit. Yeah, gonna have to support the channel because we're gonna be homeless.
Woo!
Yo, so Fresh Prince, man. Overall, what's your score for the episode and overall for the season?
Oh man, damn! I had a whole bunch of notes too. Nah, but let me stop. Like I give this episode, I give it a 4.5. Like I was solidly invested throughout the whole thing. Yeah, I really didn't have any like real shortcomings other than like again, like I already voiced my subtle nitpicks. So I'm gonna give it a 4.5. As far as the entire season, I mean, Red kind of voiced it for me. I mean, that wasn't my major issue with that episode. It was not more of the gay love or whatever y'all want to characterize it as. It was more of the point of where the first 2 episodes had me ramped up and I was ready to get involved. And then that episode just like went left. And it was like, all right, you kind of slowed me down from where I thought we was about to.
And you know what's funny? Sorry to cut into your.
No, you good. You good. Go ahead, bro.
But you know what's funny? That the build episode in the game, it was very action packed, yo. It was an action packed episode because they had to find fuel for a car because Joel needs that. Yo, I need a car to get across thing. So they say you need a
battery, right?
Yeah. So the whole thing was about them trying to get a battery, and then they find out that Frank stole the battery from Bill and everything. That's how you find out they used to be lovers and stuff like that. I mean, I know they flip it to make it like a true love story and stuff like that, but you took away a lot of action parts from us, man. From that scene, man. Because there was the whole thing where they find the bus and it's like, oh, damn it, somebody took the damn battery from the bus. And that was a funny scene. He said, "You got a plan B." He said, "No, plan A, B, C, all the way to fucking Z."
and even the camaraderie with Ellie and Bill between that whole shit, like
them arguing, bro. That shit was funny, bro. Yeah, that's all right. But go back to your point. I'm sorry.
No, you all good. But but those you're just expounding on the reasons why. It was because people.
Man,
it's like if you say you don't like that episode, it's like people automatically say, "Oh, because of the gay shit or whatever." But it's not that. It's just again, like I said, I felt like it slowed me down in that episode. Like Red said, there was a lot of action in that portion of the game that we didn't get that we were expecting. Like I just mentioned, the camaraderie that Ellie got to build with Bill. And if for people that watch the show and I love my man, you know what I'm saying? So the way he portrayed that character, which was similar to the character in the game, and for me not to have him interact with Ellie in the live action show, I felt like that was a misstep. Not a misstep, but I felt like that was something that I missed personally.
It's just a missed opportunity.
Right, it was a missed opportunity. There you go. Thank you. So in that aspect, those were little things that I missed. It's not about the gay shit, but because at the end of the day, the story that was told throughout that was a very beautiful story that was told. It was just those particular aspects that took me out. But besides that, little nitpicks throughout the season. Nothing is perfect, but I still give the entire season a 5. I've been on board this shit since the beginning, and till the end of the shit, I've been on board with it. The way it ended, I was like Red, like we talked about earlier, it felt kind of short. I was like, oh shit, like okay, we done? Like, oh damn.
I mean, the actual ending of the game is short. I mean, the longer part of the game is the hospital scene, but that's only because we're sneaking around as a player in the hospital scene and we're trying to find Ellie through a different means that they went about in the story. But the game itself, it's a short story. Like it's really fast.
Mm-hmm.
That part.
So yeah, I felt it was. I guess the best word is abrupt because that's how I felt when it happened. She asked him the question. I was into it. I got everything. I know she doesn't believe him. I know something's gonna end up coming from that. But it still felt like from that, like, all right, let's go. And then it just cut to black. I'm like, okay, wow, all right. I can't say what I expected more. It just hit me in a funny way. But besides that, I'm still gonna give the entire season a 5. I enjoyed everything. This is the best adaptation of a video game I think we've gotten as far as a movie or show. So besides that, I'm good. I'm good. I enjoyed myself thoroughly through this whole season.
Sonic 1 and 2.
You know what? I feel like this one was so easy to like adapt into like a show or even a movie is because when Last of Us first came out, everybody who played the game, they say, "Yo, this game is like a fucking movie."
Mm-hmm.
Like automatically when you played it, you said it's like you knew it was not like playing. You felt it wasn't like playing a game. It was like you playing like an actual movie. You was in a story or something like that. Like, and it was something that you could easily see become a movie because it's so story. It's not like there's no crazy action scenes. There's no crazy gameplay stuff going on. Like that make it hard to adapt. It's like everything is like bare bones, basic and simple. You're just a guy and a girl trying to survive.
All right. So yeah, listen, that's five across the board. We don't have Soul Bricks input in this, but I'm sure
It'd have been I give it a 5. Yeah.
But I will say on behalf of the panel, solid five.
You're gonna lose.
Can I ask y'all a last question though on this one topic? As far as because we all gave it 5s, right? But if I'm to be honest, I felt like there was a lack of an overall threat of like the infected. Do you guys feel the same way? Because of like scenes that might have been cut out or whatever the case may be?
Yes, a little bit. The moment they decided to like move away from the spores aspect of the game, because a lot of the interactions with infected are in spore areas, right? The moment they got out of that situation, that threat has no longer been a thing. But did it hurt the show? No, because to be honest, the game is really about the fucked up humans. You know what I mean? Like the humans that out there doing some fuck shit. The infected is just like a third party.
Right.
Like, oh, here they go. But you're really fighting people for the most part. Fighting, I think what got snubbed mostly is Fedra, because Fedra was a lot.
Yeah.
The president of Fedra was more in the game. You didn't even see Fedra like that. Like you saw Fedra at the beginning, and that was it.
It's like they introduced them as an aspect of the world or society, but like it's like that was it.
Because even the part where Shorty, I forgot her name.
Ellie?
Joel's new girlfriend. What's her name?
Tess.
Yes, Tess. That situation when she gets bit and all that shit, like there was not just only infected, it was Fedra as well.
It was Fedra, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So they kind of like moved away.
But that's another aspect of how they skipped over a lot of the action scenes and stuff that contributed to that. It's like, like we don't really feel like these people have any real input in society. It's like we look at Fedra and it's like, Fedra was a thing, but pretty much it's like now where we at in society, it's like either they are controlling a certain section or that shit got run over mad long ago by the people who are infected and it's not really a thing anymore. It's like
I guess my thing is like they did that because maybe it would seem more grounded if Fedra wasn't there, because for one person to kind of like take out infected and Fedra would just look like more like a superhero kind of situation.
Shit,
yeah, because that would seem like an impossible task every single time. So yeah, I mean it for me it doesn't really hurt, but like I see that it's not there.
Yeah,
I'm kind of like past. But yeah, there's a lot of shortcomings with that.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like this entire series has been character based. So once again, I gave it a 5. So obviously, I enjoyed everything because for all of us, I'm not even gonna assume all of us on this panel. It's like storytelling is key and number one above all. So it's like storytelling and the characterization of all of these characters was peak. So that's why I can't really complain. But if we really want to dissect it and take it apart, like, yeah, I feel like there were aspects of, like you were talking about, Fedra, that were missing throughout this entire series. Aspects of really the infected, as far as how we felt in the game, was missing from this series as well. But other than that, I still feel like it was a brilliantly told story. I almost shed a tear at the end. Also, what is it? He said something. What is it that he said? I think it was the part when he was like, "Yeah, it wasn't time." Like when he was like, "Yo, yeah, like yeah, you know, time." She said, "Time heals all wounds," and he was like he's just the way he delivered the line, like it's not time. And the way he looked at her, and it's like, you know, the way he talked to her, you could see that was his daughter at that time, and it was just little things like that. That it's like, regardless of whatever shit I complain about, it's moments like that I'm like, nah, that's peak fucking television to me.
Bro, once he popped up at the end when Eddie got out the cannibal hole, and he popped up and he said, "Baby girl," it was over.
Yeah.
That's what he called his daughter. His baby girl was his daughter's nickname. So when he called Eddie baby girl, it was over. That was it. Joe loved her like a daughter.
And how detached she was throughout this entire bro, like I was really watching this like sad, like fuck, this girl is detached from fucking reality, bro. Like I think I said from like the second, was it the first or second episode when Joel killed his boy, the other security guard, federal guard or whatever, and she kind of got activated in that moment, and I'm like, yo, this girl is slowly turning into a sociopath, and this shit is not good. Like it gave me a real unsettling feeling, and like every episode there was a little bit of that continuing through the whole series, and I'm like, oh my god, bro, I don't know what's gonna happen in season.
Yeah, you gotta play part 2.
Yeah, I'm going to. But as far as where I'm at right now, as far as like a regular viewer, I'm like, the fuck is about to happen now? This girl she's about to like just fucking flip, bro. Like this shit is not cool. But again, this is why I love this game, love this show.
The second season, the second season is a tall order. Mm-hmm. It's a bigger story, a lot more things happening between Ellie, Abby.
One of the showrunners for the Last of Us, he was stopped at the red carpet, and they asked him about season 2, and he said season 2 is going to be, you know, definitely about part 2, but part 2 is going to be broken up into many seasons. It's not going to be just season 2 telling part 2. So you're probably going to get the early part of the story of part 2 in the first in season 2, and then we get some of the like the little part. Cause there's a lot of stuff like there's still like in season blah. In part 2, there's still storylines where Joel and Ellie, as Ellie the age she is in The Last of Us season 1 now, that they're probably gonna tell first before they go on to like the whole Abby stuff and all that stuff, huh?
There's a time jump, right?
There's flashbacks. There's a lot of flashback scenes in part 2 that where Ellie's still a kid.
But there's a time jump to where like in season 2 she or the second game she's like 19 or 20 now.
On part 2, yeah, she's 20 years old. There's a few years has passed, and because like I said in the game, Joel is 53 in the game, and then season 2, he's part 2, he's like 56, 57. Yeah. Whereas Ellie is like 19, 20, and then in The Last of Us first story, she's 14 or something like that. Mm-hmm. So there's a time jump. But they flash back a lot to when she's 14.
For those that's watching right now, I have a quick little breakdown video of The Last of Us 2 on our YouTube channel. Kind of like there's a video I included with the director saying the showrunners talking about this season 2 being multiple seasons. So if you want to see some source material, that's on there too. If you want to give it a whirl.
That's the one you put up with the Abby Easter egg?
Yeah. And then I think the showrunner said that's not Abby. He was like, no, that's just a regular person. I'm like, all right.
Okay. I didn't watch it yet just because like I'm gonna keep it real. Like my son, I was gonna watch it. My son had me all week on some bullshit. So I didn't get to watch it till today with him. So like I didn't watch your breakdown or whatever the video was just because I didn't want to get spoiled. But yeah, I'm gonna watch it after this. Check out
Yes, no.
what it was about.
That's good, man. We gave it a 5. That's good. We don't normally give all 5s. It's almost like IGN when they give out 10s, they give it out masterpieces. They never give out masterpieces. So
right.
You guys got one. So yeah. Moving on to the next and final topic, man. The I don't care if I get copyright strike.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Better cut it off.
But yo, listen, that is the vibe right there, Mando.
Yo, a lot of people complain about this episode because they pulled the Book of Boba.
They did. They definitely did pull a Book of Boba shit.
They pulled the Book of Boba, but listen, I think that this is setting up another show, right? I don't mind a departure from the Mando. Maybe we need for Mando. The show was moving so fast that I was like, yo, I'm glad they slowed down, right? Because it was moving too fast, right? But we complain about shit moving too slow, it's not moving fast enough. We never happy, right? But I think that having this kind of storyline of showing Dr. Persia, yeah, it kind of like shows a different side, and we got to see the opera house again, which was dope. You know what I mean? We saw that shit in episode 2.
I think was with the whole shit is like
3, right?
I knew the bitch was gonna betray him. It just took too long to tell the story of the betrayal, man. Like,
yeah.
Like, it wasn't like you were hiding it good, like that she's gonna betray him. Like we knew it was coming. It just.
But the thing is, like, I knew that she was gonna betray him, but I'm not sure whose side she's on. If she's still
Gideon, bro,
down with Gideon, or she's down with this new, because now the Republic is doing some real shady shit too.
Yeah.
Because if you notice, when he had the conference, right, about changing cloning and helping out folks and whatever, all these old white people started surrounding him. They're like, oh shit, I can live forever. I can live beyond my means. We need you to do what you got to do. But then when he went back into the facility, there's like, oh, we don't do that. Like that's what you did before. We can't. We don't condone it. So it's like, oh shit. But yo, it was a good episode, man. I enjoyed it.
I really appreciated that aspect of it. For people that are like history buffs, like for me, as soon as I seen it, I'm like, nah, this is like going back to like Operation Paperclip, like World War II, them bringing Nazi scientists over here. And even though y'all was working for them, fuck it, you got knowledge, so all right, we're gonna implement y'all into these type of projects, and y'all gonna work for us now and help us out now. So like, to me, that's the entire vibe I got from it from the beginning. Like, and that was very, very interesting to me. So for anybody that didn't like this episode, I can understand why, as like Fresh said, it being a departure. But for me, I felt like this was basically them giving the world way more background. And for people that don't like political stuff, at the end of the day, like, this is what Star Wars is. Like, this is what George Lucas developed all of this about. So for them to like really tap into this aspect of it, I really enjoyed that. To see what it's like for somebody to come from a separate regime and then be implemented into our society and still trying to do good, because this is how it was, like people trying to do good, but people in power taking their ideas and using it for leverage or political or powerful reasons in order to win wars and things like that. So I really, really honestly appreciated this episode and everything that happened. As far as like Red said, it took a little too long for like the betrayal, but to rebuttal that, I felt that too. But in the same way, I felt like, me personally, it made me question myself, right? I'm watching it, and for whatever reasons, because of the society we live in, I'm like, okay, like, I know she's not interested in this dude, but am I looking at that because that's the type of person that I am and I'm judging? Or is it because I just really know that she has ulterior motives? So throughout the entire episode, I'm watching it like, oh, maybe she does like him. Maybe they are trying to play it this way, and because she's a chick that has a more diesel form or whatever, maybe that's an attack on my masculinity. Maybe I'm looking at this because she looks in a certain way, and maybe I'm not accepting the fact that it's just a story about another type of situation where a man and girl fall in love, they go on an adventure and things like that. So I had to question myself back and forth, like, am I bugging? But then by the time I got to the end, I'm like, I fucking knew it. I knew this chick was about to do something dirty to this dude, and it got like, so I kind of appreciated it. I don't know if that was just me personally or if anybody else went through that. But me having to go through that journey through the entire episode, I felt like was good writing in that aspect.
Yeah.
So I definitely enjoyed that.
She that actress, she's everywhere, man. She was an Ant-Man, Quantumania.
Mhm.
I petitioned her to be probably she could play Abby. Throw some blonde hair on her, and she has the physique. She could play Abby, and she's not like soup. Like she's, you know what I mean? She's cute. But she's not like, you know what I mean, not my cup of tea, but she's not all the way fucking brolic, you know what I mean?
Yeah. She's attractive. She's an attractive woman.
Yeah. So
and I also can I just say that I got mad. I kind of got mad because I'm watching this episode, and throughout this entire episode, I know you guys don't like the Bad Batch, right? But I'm watching this and just looking at her, I'm like, why the fuck didn't you cast her as like an adult Omega? If you're going to end up bringing Omega or the Bad Batch into this universe that you guys are creating in the future, like, I feel like she would have been she looks exactly like the little kid that played young Boba. Like, so to me, I felt like she could have been perfect. You dye her hair blonde. I felt like she could have been perfect as a female clone version of Omega in the future to help Ezra and Ahsoka and everybody else in this new Star Wars that we hopefully end up inventing. But yeah, I was kind of mad at that. I don't know. How do you feel about that? I know y'all don't like that show, but what do you guys think about my opinion on that?
I don't know, because I haven't seen it, so I don't know the character. I don't even know that there was a female Boba. So like,
you didn't watch any of Bad Batch at all?
I saw maybe the first couple of episodes, and that was it. I couldn't take any more.
Oh, well, the main girl, the main little blonde girl, is basically, she's the last clone developed from
the
not
alien race?
Boba, damn, what's Boba's pop's name? I'm drawing a blank now. Yeah, Jango. She's the last clone made from Jango's DNA. So technically, she's his sister. Is basically what I'm saying. So I felt like if we time jump and go into these new episodes that we're all watching now, since Clone Wars is like kind of back in the days a little bit, I felt like she would be perfect to play that character in live action with all of the characters and Mando and the storylines that we got going.
I think that's what they alluding to, like as far as like world building and bringing that aspect into the live action realm. My thing is like, I knew that she was gonna. I knew there was a weird vibe about her, right? I'm like, there's something's gonna go. This is too easy. She knows too much. But my thing is like, why? Why wipe his mind?
Right.
What's the point of wiping his mind if this person here can help out the Empire, right? Because the Empire, eventually wants to start getting into cloning, right? Because Snoke is a clone, right?
I think they have the scientists that know enough to do what they need to do, but they didn't have the utilities or the equipment. So she used him to get the shit that they needed to do what they needed to do, and they just used him as a scapegoat. And then she wiped his mind because she's the only person. Well, for one, he's the only person that knows her, that could identify her and rat her out, because obviously she's trying to embed herself in the New Republic. And then two, it's like he's the only person that has knowledge to the cloning process or capabilities. So you just wipe him out, and then we have nobody else to go against us. That's how I took it.
Okay. Yeah, man, this was like possibly the longest episode that we've ever gotten, and we got 40 minutes of non-Mandalorian shit. But I was glad for this kind of like this slowdown, the slow pace of episodes. Like it was beautiful to watch. Going back into like when they went back into the beginning aspect was crazy. The beginning part with the firefight, the dog fight, that shit was. I don't understand. Again, we have to revisit this shit again about why these shows are looking better than these fucking movies. Because, bro, this dogfight was amazing. The interceptors, that sound, even when fucking Bo-Katan, she fucking did the fucking one wing up, one wing down,
bro.
U-turn. I was like, yo, that's fucking amazing, bro.
Wicked, bro.
Like, what is going on? This is amazing. You know what I mean? And and it's crazy how like Bo-Katan, like she's like being very coy about what she saw.
Yeah,
she's not telling him nothing. She's like, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna fucking try to ride this fucking. I'm gonna do some generic shit and rule Mandalore. Yeah, but I'm like, yo, dude, this is crazy. Like, this is looking crazy. And did you?
I think that's super. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I think that just to harp on that point, I think that's what's gonna supersede the whole fight for the Darksaber shit to rule Mandalore. I think if she can do that, being the fact that she brought it up to him, he didn't see it, she's not telling him about it. You know what I'm saying? The episode was called The Convert, and yes, the majority of the episode was about this dude, again, like a la Operation Paperclip and converting like a Nazi scientist into American society. So you look at it as The Convert that way, but I'm really taking it as an overall portion of the storytelling and looking at it as, nah, this is Bo-Katan converting back into what Mandalorians are supposed to be from the beginning. And I think this is the beginning of her arc and probably going to end up being the one to lead the Mandalorians by the end of this shit. A la, like you said, riding the fucking, the mythosaur and not even have to worry about beating this dude for the fucking Darksaber.
Bro, I think that the armorer may be someone that Bo-Katan knows personally.
Possibly.
I think that this person is gonna be real. Like, it could be. I wouldn't say. I think that when I was watching one of the breakdowns and they were talking about that she could be one of the folks that were around that serves Maul.
Yeah.
She was part of the whole like regime with that when Maul ran when Maul fucking ran Mandalore. And I think that Bo-Katan knows of this person, like she knows her face. And the moment that she realizes this is the person, there might be some like tension. You know what I mean? That's what she was like, oh, you haven't took your helmet off? All right, cool. Like it's this is the way. Yo, did you find it cute when fucking Grogu tried to say it?
Oh, he's my God, bro. I'm like, yo, he's gonna say this shit. I think I said this on one of the episodes. He's gonna say this shit before the fucking. If he doesn't say this shit by the time the season is over, I'm going to wild it.
Yo, it's the way Mando reacted when he like he looked like he looked to the side like what he can say. Oh man, he's gonna say something.
So if I go new the episode, I don't know. I feel like I didn't like the slow pace story with the doctor and shit. That's just me. I mean, it wasn't bad at the same time. It wasn't like on Andor level where it's unbearable, like, and I couldn't get through it. But it's like,
I get it. You know, you go into a show, right, and you expect Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm here for it. I wait a whole week, right? This show has been going quick. It's been showing me everything I wanted to see for the last 2 weeks. I'm here for it. And it's like, here, they show you 10 minutes of Mando, then Honey Dick for another 40 minutes.
Yeah, they came in hot, and then it was like, you imagine you're on fire, you flaming hot right now, and then somebody just come and douse you with water, like, cool out.
That's how I felt with the Bill and Frank episode for The Last of Us. That's exactly how I felt.
Like, that's how it hit me with. So I was like,
I get it 100%. Like, I don't mind the slow pace, but I also was like, oh, like I was mad. I was like, oh, come on, man. And then I got used to it. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah. But like I was like,
I miss Pershing though. I ain't even gonna lie. Like I'm not mad at y'all or mad at you for not being involved into it. I can understand. But I also, y'all know me, like I'm a fucking nerd for this shit. So anything that like expands the universe or gives me more about what's really going on with like the man, with like the governing bodies or like the lower level people, instead of just worrying about the main fucking Jedi and shit all the time. Whenever I can get information like that, that's like adding canon. I love that type of stuff when it comes to the Star Wars universe. So to me, I didn't have a problem with them slowing it down and giving that extra information or POV, but I can also understand why that would take you out of it as well.
Yeah, I do echo Red's sentiment. Like the episode, that portion could have been done in 20 minutes, right? The lead up was just too long, right? Like we already knew, like it was like red flag, she's bad.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And if you would have did 20 minutes of that, and him getting caught, it would have been fine. It was like dialogue that really didn't happen. Like the whole like, I mean, I guess they had to because they wanted him to kind of like loosen up, right? When she took him to the town hall, eating the ice cream and shit like that, she needed him to be like, you know what I mean, like not so serious. So I know it had to take some time, but at the same time, I was like, you could have did this in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
but it was still good. It was good dialogue. It was not bad. I enjoyed it. I give this episode a 5, to be honest. Had no problems with it, but I just think that there's some underlying beef between Bo and the Armorer that's gonna end up happening. Like there's gonna be some shit happening, and then what do you call John Favreau's character of Pax Vizsla.
That's what I was thinking. I wasn't worried about the Armorer. I'm thinking he's gonna be the one to flip on everybody, because when you look at his storyline, even though we don't really talk about it or focus on it, he's the only descendant of Tar Vizsla. And then his I don't know whether it was his cousin or uncle or whatever who Bo was working with Death Watch. He had it, and then Maul killed him. And it's like he been the only one living the way, and then Din takes his helmet off, and then he gets turned into apostate, then comes back and gets forgiven, and then of course he doesn't fuck with Bo-Katan, and then she gets forgiven also. Like I think this dude is gonna at some point something else is gonna happen. There's gonna be something else gonna happen that's gonna drive him over the edge. That's like, yo, fuck y'all, bro. Like I need to get the saber. I need to something's gonna happen. I think it's him.
I mean, he
I don't really know about the Armorer.
Already. So he got his ass whooped already. So he
did, which makes him even more pissed off. Like so that's what I'm saying. I think it's gonna be him, bro.
You think that little kid from episode 2 was his son? The one that was getting or you think he was just a youngling?
I think that was a rando. I don't think that was his kid.
Because if you see him fight,
he might have saved him. Maybe he saved him, but I don't think that's his kid though. Like
niggas, how they fucking?
My my little thing. I'm just gonna talk about what I like from the show so far, and I'm gonna give it back to Fresh Prince.
Now you good? Go ahead, take it, bro. You good?
Cause y'all been going on a little tirade on this shit, right? So I'm just gonna say what my favorite parts of the episode. Grogu put his little hoverboard ship into like the danger mode where he locks himself in. and then like when Bo-Katan did that little trick where she went up and then crashed down, and everybody went splat, and the droid went splat, and like Grogu popped the shit up and said, "Yo, damn son!" When he in the beginning of the scene when the droid slammed onto the ground. Yo, he popped out his little shit popped out. He popped out and looked down like, yo, damn son. That shit had me cracking up, bro.
I love Grogu, bro.
Man.
Just the way he emotes the shit is fucking awesome, bro.
Word, bro. So, and also like a couple other things that got me was like, I kind of knew what they were gonna accept her back because she bathed in living waters too with him.
Yep.
So I sensed the Arbor was gonna say, "Oh, you one of us. You get to stay with us," especially now
One
that
of us.
hometown was broken down. But it was just funny that the different reactions of the two. So like, you have Mando who got accepted back in, and he's like, everybody like, welcome back. He's like, yeah, welcome back. Yeah, what's up, bro? Yeah. He's like, yeah. He's shaking with everybody else, and Bo-Katan like, welcome back. And she's like, what the fuck is going on here? She's like lost. Like, what the hell's going on here? It's like the difference, like. How the two people view like what the situation that they're like. Mando's happy, like yeah, what's up, and she's just looking like, oh, what the hell did I get myself into?
That's why I think she's gonna. Not to cut you off, bro. I'm not gonna be long, but that's why I think she's gonna be the one to be redeemed, bro.
Yo, how many times we heard that shit?
No. I just wanted to throw that in based off what he was saying. That's why I think she's gonna be the one to be redeemed instead of Mando overall in the season. But go ahead. I didn't want to cut you off. I just wanted to throw that in.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, from the beginning of the Dark Saber arc story, we know the Saber's gonna go back to her, and it's gonna go. She's gonna leave because Mando doesn't want it. He doesn't care about shit like that. It's not his. So
look how capable she is with the shit.
He's like, I'm here. I'm just here to help my people get on better. Like the Book of Boba Fett. He made friendship with Boba, and Boba needed his help. He was there to help Boba handle shit down, and that's all Mando does now. He just wanna raise his Grogu, raise his kid Grogu, and then have little adventures and shit like that. He doesn't really have no there's no real driving story for him right now because he bathed in living waters. Yeah, he's back in good graces with his people. So the only thing left for him to do is to help Bo-Katan reclaim Mandalore and not
reunite everybody.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't see that shit happening, man. Cause she has that lust for power. That's what it is. When she was being welcomed, she was like, "Oh my god, this is how it feels." Oh man, I miss this feeling when everyone just kind of like, you know what I mean, like accepted me and wanted me. Like I think for the wrong reasons. I think
she more missed being around people of her own, even though she looks to them as a fanatic cult. It's still like they're still her people, and they recognize her and her clan, like not her, but they'll recognize her clan too and everything like that. She brought honor back to her clan by bathing in the living waters. So I think that's what kind of touched her a little bit.
And like based on what you said, Fresh, I don't look at her as being power hungry per se.
Oh, she was at first, bro. She was.
No. Yeah, she was at first.
She's definitely.
No, she was. But personally, if we go back to like her arc, starting from the beginning of the time she was introduced, I don't think she's the type of person that's power hungry. I think she just wants to restore, like we've been talking about, Mandalore to the glory that it had once before. Like even if she's not the leader, I think she probably is the best person to be leader.
That's why I have to disagree.
She was power hungry in Rebels.
Right. That's based on the timeline and everything that was going on. She was the only person in that position to do that. You got Maul sitting here trying to take over and starting civil wars and all shit like that. Her sister died. The other nigga that was the politician, I can't remember his name right now, but the dude that was going against his sister was on some bullshit and basically a puppet for Maul. There was nobody else that was really in the position to stand up and really protect or stand up for Mandalore at that time. So I don't look at her as being power hungry per se, for being like, I just want to be queen and be power hungry. I just look at her to be the best person, being given her upbringing and everything and her history, to be the perfect person to be in charge of Mandalore and bring it back to the prominence that it was in before.
But then why be so secretive on seeing the mythosaur or asking them like, hey, listen, I want to battle you for this fucking sword?
Because
like she's being sneaky.
Okay, in the part when she was talking about, because that was like last season, as far as them fighting each other. That was as far as going back into the point of, again, progression. because of the fact that Sabine gave it to her and people didn't respect her for that, she's like, all right, now I gotta beat you for it. So it was more of not power hungry just to be power hungry, but the point is I gotta beat you because when I had it the other way, people didn't respect it. So now I gotta do it the right way.
But
so it's not really against Din, huh?
Let's be honest though. If Mando gave her the dark saber, right? She nobody would have known that he handed her the dark saber like without a combat. Like
what? Like right now you're talking about?
Yeah, nobody would have known that.
Okay, go ahead.
But she would know that because she sees that as a curse.
Exactly, and that's the point is that because she's been through all of this shit before, she's not gonna do it that way now. So now going through all this shit, and Mando was knocked out when she saved him, and she's the only one that's seen the mythosaur. She didn't believe all this shit. She's clowning this nigga, talking about y'all believing in little kid stories and all this shit like that. But now she actually seen it for herself. So to me, this is the first step in her moving forward into becoming who she's supposed to be. And I think it's gonna end up being the ruler of Mando.
But
and I also,
at the same time,
and I'm gonna stay on this hill, and I'm gonna stay on this hill. I'm gonna die on this hill. I think that she's being sneaky because if anything, she could have just let Mando die, and if he died, she could still reclaim the sword.
So that would have been sneaky, but she still saved him though. So to me, it's like, okay, hold on. All right, let me pose this to y'all, right? Just in the same scenario. Let's say we was all out, right? Something happened and we all out. Let's just say we drinking, we chilling or whatever, right? And then all of a sudden, all of y'all pass out, and then I see the fucking Loch Ness monster, right? On the waters or whatever. We all know about the Loch Ness monster or shit like that, but nobody believes in it. We know it's myths and shit like that, right? But now y'all wake up, and I'm like, yo, wake up. And then y'all looking around or whatever, and then it's gone by the time y'all wake up, right? And then after that, I'm like, yo, y'all saw anything? Y'all like, nah, what you talking about? Like, it's mad dark out here or whatever. And so now I keep it to myself. That's not me being sneaky. That's me like, okay, I'm the only one that's seen it. Nobody else seen it. So I'm not going to talk about this shit because if I do, y'all niggas going to look at me like I'm fucking crazy. No?
Yeah, I'm just laughing at how passionate this speech got. It went from a hypothetical scenario.
Come on, this is what we do, bro. This is what we do. But did what I say make no sense, or can you flow with what I'm saying?
Bro, I feel you, man. Yeah, I'll probably keep that shit to myself.
Exactly. So that's how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it like this shit is a myth, and I've been clowning y'all niggas about it the whole time. And now I've seen it, and now I'm like, hold up, you seen that shit? No, I was knocked out. I only seen this. So yeah, I'm not bringing that up. I'm keeping it to myself. I'm not looking at her.
In that aspect, if we believed that the creature existed and we were knocked out and you saw it, and you, to me that's a little sneaky because that's you could validate all this. You could then validate, say, yo, everything you talked about was true,
but nobody else saw it though. So okay.
You saw it.
That's from Mando's point of view. What I'm saying is from her point of view.
No, I'm not talking about from that. I'm talking about from your hypothetical point of view. If I believe in the Loch Ness monster, and I'm talking about the Loch Ness monster all my life, and you clowning me and say, "Oh, that shit is not real. That's fake.
Yeah,
that's all story. That's myth. That's stories. Whatever. Blah blah blah." And then you turn around and you see the Loch Ness monster on a situation where I didn't get to see it. I was knocked out.
And nobody else can validate what I saw. Right.
Nobody else can validate what you saw, but you saw it and you know it to be true because you seen it. And then you don't come to me and say, yo, you were right. You know you were right. The monster's true. Like I seen the Loch Ness monster is true. That's sneaky. Because you could have validated me the whole time and then you chose not to.
I hear you, but I think she's second guessing herself, what she saw herself. I don't think she's trying to be sneaky. I can understand what you're saying in that aspect of not knowing what's going on, but being in her position, I don't think she's trying to be sneaky. No. I think she's second guessing that she saw this shit at all.
It was me. I'm telling you straight up, yo, nigga, when I pulled you out that water, there's some fucking monsters down there. That shit.
She was being sneaky because of her tonality, even her her approach on trying to probe for answers, like, hey, did you see anything living down there? Did you see anything?
Yeah.
She's probing, and so she's trying to see whether or not he did see anything.
Right.
So she's definitely being sneaky. There's definitely like something happening where, you know what I mean? Because she doesn't need to go. She don't need to fly a mythosaur to be like, I'm ruling Mandalore.
I don't think she's thinking about that.
Shit.
I really think she's questioning what she's seen. But I can understand. That's why I think this is great writing. That's why I love this show. I think we can look at it in both aspects, where she's being sneaky,
about Katie
or she's questioning her entire existence, period, because she never believed this shit.
And the reason why we don't know her intentions because she's a great actress, right?
Right.
The reason why the person that flipped on the doctor was because she didn't have a good poker face. You already knew that she was a bad guy.
Yeah. I thought it was me. I didn't want to speak bad about her. Yeah. I thought it was me, bro.
Katie Sackhoff is really good at misdirecting. She has a poker face. Like, you don't know if she's gonna be good or bad. Like, anti-hero, whatever. Like, you don't know.
She's been living with this character for how long? So that's another aspect.
For me, looking at it as a viewer, it just seems very shady and very sneaky on how she's approaching this. I would have been like, yo, bro, you didn't see that shit? Yo, imagine, we could barely hold water when it comes down to spoiler talk. The spoiler shit that's happening on the internet. We quick to post it. Just imagine a mythosaur, bro. But I can imagine you right now. You be talking about that shit for the next 3 days.
I hear you, but also let me say this to you, because this is a real life example, right? I had this conversation with my cousin last night, right? We was talking to each other. And we was coming from two different aspects, as far as he was coming from a religious aspect, and I was coming from like a metaphysical and a quantum physical aspect, right? And we came to the same end result, right? And I'm like, yo, bro, I swear to God, like, I never talked to you. Like, when I seen shit about like aliens, or I do research on aliens and people talking about shit like that, like, I never talked to you about that. Even though you like my brother and you the closest person to me, I've never talked to you about that, because I thought that if I mentioned some shit like that, you would look at me like I'm out of my fucking mind. And because I didn't want you to look at me like that, I never spoke to you about it. But now at 40 years old, my nigga, I'm finding out in a random conversation we both have similar fucking shit, or shit that we research, right? So to me, I'm looking at it in that aspect, right? Where, yes, I'm looking at the mythosaur as like an alien. And even though we all talk about this and we all heard about it or whatever, I seen it and I'm still uncomfortable talking to you about it, because I still think you might look at me like I'm fucking loony. Does that make sense? That's how I'm looking at her aspect. I'm not discounting y'all. I'm just trying to say, in my aspect of how I view it, I think she's unsure of herself and everything that she's seeing. And I just think this is the beginning of her arc to be redeemed from the beginning of where she was at with the Death Watch and all of that from when we were introduced to.
And our power hungry ways.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say it that way. I don't think it's that way, but we can both view it that way.
Bro, were we not watching the same Mandalorian season when, like, she clearly wanted to kill Mando once she found out he had the Darksaber, bro.
Right, at that point in time. At that point in time, though, bro.
When she saw the ship coming back, Grogu was flying the ship, and they said, "Oh, he's coming back." She was ready to fight Mandalorian. She was ready to fight him.
And possibly kill him, right? But then she turned around, and when she realized he was in trouble, she went to go save him, right?
But the fact of the matter is,
why she didn't just let the nigga die?
Her first thing was saying, "I'm gonna kill this dude, bro."
I'm not discounting you on that, but what I'm saying is, when she was posed with a position to let him die, she didn't.
Because it's hard when you have little Grogu there looking at you.
I mean, bro, come on, bro. You being hard-headed right now.
The only reason why she is the way she is right now, because she had a fucking giant ass humble sandwich. She got nobody. Motherfuckers left her.
I'm not saying I'm not arguing what the reasons are. All I'm saying is she's on an arc right now. That's all I'm saying. I don't think
I'm not disagreeing with you that she's on an arc.
Trying to screw him over. I think she's on a developmental arc.
I'm not disagreeing with she's on an arc, but you said that she's all about restoring Mandalore, and she doesn't care who's ruling when it happens. To me, I call that bullshit.
No, I never said she didn't care.
You did say that
happened.
You did say that. You said she wants to see Mandalore restore, and she doesn't care how who's ruling when it happens.
No. I said despite whoever. I said me personally, despite whoever ends up ruling at the end of this scenario. Right. I said I think she's gonna be the one.
I understand how you feel, but I'm gonna need you to rewind this footage when it goes live.
Yeah, bro. All right, go ahead. All right, we're gonna do that. We good. So we'll do that then. We'll leave it at that. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to rewind the footage because that's what you said, and then that's when I was like, nah, she definitely wants to be in charge of that shit. When Mandalore comes over, she wants to be the head at the HBIC. That's exactly what she wants. So. She's power hungry. I'm not saying she's a bad person, but she's power hungry. There's good people that's power hungry.
All right. So if you put it that way, what I'm saying is when you said power hungry, I'm taking it as she's on some Moff Gideon shit, and I don't look at her like that. So if you're saying like, yeah, good people could be power hungry, in a way, I can rationalize that and say, all right, I can agree with you on that. Yes. Of course, her family was the one that's been in power for how long? So of course she feels like she has the rights to that shit. So I agree with you on that. But at the same time, when you say power hungry, to me that means she would screw over Din in order to make that happen. And I don't feel like she'll do that.
I think she would.
Okay.
If there was a choice between restoring Mandalore and Din's life, she definitely. Din is a dead person. I think she definitely would.
All right. So
I mean, it definitely displays some kind of like love interest situation. So I'm not sure if she would 100%, but I think that she would choose her people over love.
Right. I agree with that. I just don't. Again, when he's saying power hungry, I'm looking at it like somebody that you can't trust that's ready to stab you in the back at any moment. I don't think she's like that.
Well, we don't know. We don't know.
That. That's.
Well, I mean, there's people. There's two different types of power. People can be power hungry. But there's two different types of ways you can go about it. You can go about it the way do hard work and whatever you want to call it, and then that's the honorable way of getting power. Or you can go about it underhanded tactics.
So I can agree with you on that. I'm just saying I don't think she's on the underhanded tactics side of the aspect. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. I don't think she's on the underhanded tactics. If she was, they would have been a dead person a long time ago.
Exactly.
But she is power hungry. That's what I'm saying.
But yeah.
She definitely has like characteristics of someone that's trying to not take advantage, but like using how would you say can't think of the word. More or less like How did I forget the word? Opportunist. There we go. Like an opportunist.
Yeah,
like she's making sure all the pieces are in play, and then she's gonna flip because
she is smart.
She's super smart.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna use everyone to her advantage.
Right. I just don't think and again, as a smart person, she's royalty. She was groomed for these positions, right? So in that aspect, I agree. But again, like I was saying, and me and Red are pretty much on the same position, I guess. But I thought you were saying the opposite, where I don't agree where she's gonna play everybody as chess pieces and screw everybody over in order to get a certain outcome. That I just don't think she's that type of person. That's all I was trying to say.
Well, we'll revisit this when she does stab him in the back.
No doubt.
We'll just replay this, and
but also if it happens, we'll see why she did it, and then we have to go into why she did it. And
And I think the why is because she's power hungry. The why is that she's power hungry. That's the why. She wants to run it because she's a nepo baby, and she feels entitled.
She definitely feels entitled.
Is she really doing this for her people, or is she doing this for herself, self-preservation? Because she felt like she didn't earn.
The leader of nobody right now. So it's like, what's the purpose of doing it for yourself? You're the leader of nobody. She's been sitting on that fucking throne by herself for how long now? It's like there's got to be more to it than that.
I don't know, man. Anyways.
I feel bad for her. They shot her home up though. They destroyed my home.
That was fucked up, bro. That was crazy.
I think, who sent that fleet?
Gideon.
Who sent that fleet?
Gideon through proxy through Shorty that we seen in the rest of the episode that we didn't see her actually do it.
No, I don't think it's Gideon. I'm tired of Gideon, bro. I'm just tired of it. Like,
really?
We love him, but like, come on, he can't be the villain all 3 seasons, bro.
Why not? It's a whole connected story. He's the one that originally bombed Mandalore, right? It gotta come back to him.
He got caught. Now he escaped. It's like, all right, guys, show us somebody else, man. As he already got his ass beat by Mando. What else can he offer? What else fight can he offer?
Who else we gonna get? We got the green dude that's about to pop up in what's that shit? Skeleton Crew?
Thrawn.
No. Yeah, I mean we getting Thrawn.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
That's it.
Well, all right, folks.
Show's over.
Please like and subscribe.
Show's over, guys. We lost. Before we get another hold on, before I cut you off. He's in here still. I don't know what happened to his video.
I think the feed just cut off.
All right. Anyways, listen, we went over our time. You guys got a very long episode. You guys got a whole Snyder cut in this bitch. It's almost 3.5 hours, guys. So we're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut it. Next week we should have a little more as far as information as far as Shazam. I mean, I'm probably gonna go see it tomorrow. I think we'll probably be all on board by next week. We'll talk about it then.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it Sunday.
We'll talk about Cocaine Bear. We'll talk about all kinds of shit, whatever drops. Hey guys, if you guys have any suggestions, any kind of topics you guys wanted us to talk about, hit us up here, hit us up in the chat, Instagram, one of us, and just kind of like throw questions out there so we have some more stuff for you guys. I know you guys are kind of watching, but engagement definitely helps. Shout out to the 4 new subscribers we got this week. That's great. We are moving. We're almost at that 500 mark. Guys, thank you so much for just sharing our content. We appreciate everything you guys are doing. We'll continue dropping those little small kind of like videos. I know you guys are liking. Those are getting a lot of traction. Mind you, we are very raw. Like it's hard for us. It's hard for me to make single videos and explaining shit. It's hard for me, but I'm throwing them out there. I'm putting myself out there. I'm being vulnerable, being fresh is doing it. Hopefully we get Red to do some solos, and Soul could do some solos. But yeah, man, having content throughout the whole week definitely helps the channel grow. And we want to move to the next level of this podcast. So anyways, guys, we're gonna end it tonight. We talk to you guys next week, man.
Peace
out. Let me get this intro. Oh wow.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
You aren't going to say goodbye?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
You don't mean that.
Do you want to say something to the group, Mr. McMurphy?
It's never goodbye.
I'll be right here when you get back.
I love you forever. You hear me? I love you forever. And I'm coming back.
He's looking at you, kid.
In case I don't see ya. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Please don't go. It's great.